was a way to get the rare candies and stuff because if there's something I hate more than anything, I hate like level grinding. It is one of the worst things ever. I hate level grinding. So so I'm trying to figure out how I have this set. So we got this here. That goes there. Come down here. Anyway, we'll just leave it like that. So I found what I was looking for. It's basically, I just maxed myself out of rare candies because I just don't like level grinding. I hate it. So I finally found out how to do it. I've got 989 rare candies. So this way, basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through, we're gonna take on all the trainers and stuff like that. We're not gonna like skip trainers. I still want to take them all on, but this will help with having to deal with like the level grindy stuff. So I'm not sitting here spending like an hour running around in the grass trying to take out Pokemon because it's irritating. Additionally, I was able to find out how to do the one thing I wanted to do most. Look! Everybody but my starter, because the starter comes up as like a glitch. Everybody's in a luxury ball! Isn't it beautiful? Look at all the luxury balls! Ah! Oh, it makes me so happy. And it makes me feel even happier because, like, think about it. We are a villainous, evil team. And we don't necessarily do things the right way. You know, sometimes we do them the cheaty way. So we cheated ourselves all luxury balls and an absolute crap ton of rare candies. Additionally, also, we have 99 luxury balls so that I don't have to go buying them. So there's that. I will sell off all of like the timer, the dusk, and stuff like that. But I wanted everybody to be in like a beautiful luxury ball. So that's what we are. Do we need to overwork your overlay for this? Oh god, it's glorious, isn't it? Like, I feel like if I had any way to dress up as like a true evil villainess, I absolutely would. Let me get my tea closer. Today we're in our dinosaur cup here. And thank you, Yuki. Thank you. How are you doing, by the way? I hope you're having a good day. Hope you had a good weekend. But this is it. This is everything, Nox. We are going luxury balls. I need to find clothes still for my gal because I want her to be more, not like the edgy sort of or cute kind, but you know, something refined maybe as like, cause she's gonna be a CEO of Absolution by Design, but she's also gonna be running underground dealing. So I mean, if you want, we can get on Discord and do some. I would love that. That would be so fun. I'm officially on vacation. Nice, but I still have to work at my other job. Oh my god, where do you live? And you don't have to tell me here where you live. The only reason why I'm asking is because when I lived in Florida, there were no Bojangles. But now that I live in Georgia, like, Bojangles is a thing. And I'm like, wait a second. Where do you live that there's Bojangles? Are you, like, not far from me? Holy crap. You're in the South somewhere, I guess. But you don't have to tell me. It's just, like, it's just surprising suddenly. Oh, you have to. Okay. I remember. I remember, like, crap, basically. North Carolina. Okay, so actually, yeah, you're not too far from me. I think to get to the border of North Carolina, it's like a 2-hour drive, I think. Yeah, I think it's about a 2-hour drive from where I am to the border of North Carolina. And I only really kind of know that because we have a friend who lives in North Carolina. And it's, you know, basically that same kind of concept. So what we're doing today is, we have to take on Corina and her not one, but 2 Lucario, who curb stomped me last Friday. It was We got through one, but I couldn't. I could not get through her second freaking Lucario. So driving 2 hours and still being in the same country. Oh God, yeah. No. Driving 2 hours and still being in the same state. So if you drive from the lowest point of Florida up to either the Georgia or the Alabama border, that's about 8 hours, let's say. 8 hours and you can drive from the East Coast to the West Coast. It takes, depending on how fast you're going, you're looking at about a week. And you're still in the same country. And you're not even hitting half the states. That is how big the US is. It's insane. It's insane. And it's so insane that like when I look at other countries and I hear they're like, oh, we took a weekend trip to France, and I'm like, I could take maybe a weekend trip to another state if I fly there. They're like, no, you drive to like France, it takes you like an hour to get there. I'm like, I drive an hour, I'm still in the same state. You just vacation in the US because it takes forever to get everywhere. But we did come up with a plan, and I held off on evolving Jafar so that you guys can see the evolution for him. So basically, our plan is this, and I'm actually going to switch J-Boy up here. We start with Cthulhu and a Reflect. The Reflect is going to help protect us from the attacks. Like, I'm pretty sure Lucario tends to use more special, but if in the event he uses a physical attack, we will at least be minorly protected from that. Plus, we are psychic typing, so if he does still hit us with a fighting move, at the very least, we should be okay and be able to withstand a hit. Once we have set up our Reflect, we are going to trade into Jafar. Now, as you can tell, Jafar is not yet level 31. Once he becomes level 31, we will let him evolve, because he evolves normally at like level 29, I think it was. So I held off evolution because that means at level 31, he also will learn Dig instead of learning Dig at 32. So Dig is my thing. So the plan is lead with Cthulhu, set up a Reflect. Trade into a Krokorok Jafar with Dig. Use 1x speed so we can outspeed the Lucario, and then use Dig. That's my plan. We're gonna go get him leveled up just out in the grass here so I don't waste a rare candy. But I wanted him close so that you guys can kind of see the process. So if I drove 8 hours in any direction, I definitely would be in another country. It's probably not even an hour to France. Like 2 to Czechia, 3 to Switzerland, 4 to Austria, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Yeah, no. What you just said there, right? If you start in Florida, if you start about central Florida, Tampa or Orlando, particularly if you're already near enough to a highway, that's key. If you're near the highway, that's going to save you time already. So let's say you're near the highway. If you're about midway in Florida, so central Florida is like Tampa, Orlando, and that block, you drive north or south, it's going to take you like 4 hours. 3.5, depending if you're going pretty fast, to get you down to like Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and then further on to get to the Keys. And then about 4 hours to get you up to the border of like Georgia, Alabama. Now, That's not including the little panhandle because Florida is shaped like that. You got like the panhandle, and then you got the little dingly hanging off. That's right, the dingly. The panhandle, like if you wanted to drive all of Florida, including the panhandle, you start at the south end and you go up. It's probably going to take you more than 4 hours. I don't know how long. I shouldn't say that. We drove it before when I was a kid, but I only have brief recollection of certain pieces of it and no idea on how long it took. So if I drove straight north for 8 hours, I would still be in Sweden. Long worm is long, but 8 hours west, I'd have come through Denmark to be in Germany. Yeah, like if you took the longest way through Germany, it'd be around 8 hours. 8 to 9 hours, depending on traffic, yeah. Like the US is such a big city. Daichi, what are you doing? And welcome, by the way. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so we're just going to be getting Jafar up to 31 so he can become Krokorok. And that is what we need. That's what we need right there. That is the key to the plan. And we're going to run because I literally have the wrong Pokemon up. I have the wrong Pokemon up. I forgot to switch him. Like the Danish border to Austria. So it does sound like you guys do have some big areas over there. It really just depends on where you are and where you started. Playing Auras, but your starter is Axu. Oh, nice! You traded an Axu egg for. That's very cool. That's very cool. Are you playing it as like are you trying to play it as like a dragon trainer, or are you just always wanted to start with Axu? This is kind of perfect because he's psychic. And homie's got crunch on him, so. Germany, France, Spain, Italy are all pretty beefy countries. I think what I'm hoping for is that once my husband and I eventually do our Japan trip, I would like to, maybe in another year or so after that, because we moved our Japan trip from next year to 2027 for basically two main reasons. One, there's a section of Disneyland Tokyo that's closing down, and it's not going to be reopened until 2027. And if I'm going to Disney, I want to do all of Disney. So there's that. Two, we're finishing our basement this year, and it costs a lot of money. So our plan is to go in 2027, and then what I'm hoping is after that, maybe 29 or something, we can go somewhere else maybe, because I would like to see Italy since Sicily is where my dad was born, so I would like to see that. I would like to see areas of other countries, not like the major metropolis cities, but I want to see older architecture and landscaping and stuff, like so you can hike around and whatnot. That's what I like to see. All right, Jafar is 31. He wants to learn Dig, and we're gonna say yes. I have, of all the moves, I've opted to drop Mud Slap. Granted, it does lower accuracy while hitting for 20 base damage, but Dig is just better. And Torment, I feel like we could use because it prevents the opponent from using the same move twice. So if somebody's really being irritating with a move, we could maybe pop off a Torment, preventing them from doing so. So that's kind of why I'm going with Mud Slap. So we're going to drop Mud Slap for Dig, and now we have a really solid, powerful ground type move on my boy here. Right? I feel like, okay, this is what we want. This is what we're looking for. Where do we not go for that? Because we're not interested in night clubbing. We're not interested in Like my part of bar hopping or even going to bars is going someplace with live music and chilling out. Like, I enjoy dancing, don't get me wrong, but my husband does not. He's not a dancer. That's my thing. But I'm not really too much into clubbing anymore. It's not my jam much anymore. Older architecture and nature, I know the best city. And I am not opposed to cities. I am not opposed to cities. I would actually like to know these kind of things because like a city I would not want to visit, and it's the city that always comes to mind immediately. It's like Dubai. I'm like, it's so uninteresting for me. And so it's like I like nature. I like not even once. Well, that's what I mean. Like I want to do Sicily and Italy just because, like I said, my dad was born in Sicily, so I'm part Sicilian. My maiden last name is based on a town in Sicily, so I would like to go and see those kinds of things. But of course, I would like to see like the Louvre, and we enjoy museums. That's something that we would like to go and see as well. So, yes, I do know that Sicily is a part of Italy. I am aware of that. But if you tell a Sicilian that they're Italian, they'll be like, "No, I'm Sicilian." So apparently, there's a difference. I'd be like, "Oh, you're Italian because you're from Italy, because Sicily is a part of Italy." Much like if I say I'm an American or I'm a Floridian, being a Floridian does not negate the fact that I'm also an American. Apparently with Sicily and Italy, it's different. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like the thing where if you're from New York or from Jersey, it's a thing. I don't know. So, so let's say city. It's not a big city. It's extremely green. No, that's what I like. That's what I like. To me, like I would like to see Taiwan. I think Taiwan would be a beautiful place to visit. Granted, I get that it's touristy, but it's very different from the United States. Not Spanish. I've got the. There you go. See? You get it. You get it. I don't get it because if someone says, "Oh, you're American," I'm not going to follow up with, No. I'm a Floridian. No, I'm an American. I'm an American. The state I happen to have grown up mostly in was Florida, so Floridian. But I have roots in, Italy and Sicily because of my dad and his side of the family. So, part Sicilian. And there he is, Crocker Rock, the man of the hour who's going to, fingers crossed, take care of Karina for us. Because, oh my God, she kicked my butt. I'd never call you American. That means nothing. You're from the U.S. And but to me, that's what we just say. Like, if someone says, "Oh, you're American," it's very synonymous with being in the United States. It's much like being Canadian. Like, it's still in North America, but they're Canadian because that's like the country. Whereas like when you get into the South Americas, like the continent, or not part of the country, it's still part of the continent, I should say. It's South America, but South America is broken up into numerous countries. So it's not like I would say somebody is South American per se. I'd be like, "Oh, you're Brazilian," because they're from Brazil. It is kind of like the differentiator, you know? So I'm not Scottish. Wait, I'm confused. But it's European thing where national pride isn't that big. It's more like local pride. And I guess that's the thing, like, and maybe it's because Europe is made up of so many countries, so South American people or Latin, I guess. like to generalize somebody as just South American is a generalization. But like Mexican and Cuban are not the same. Like, even though they have a lot of roots, you could say, in Latin, Hispanic culture, language, Cuba and Mexico are not the same. So I don't think it works where you can be like, well, you're South American, but they're from a specific country. You get what I mean? Because somebody who's Canadian is not considered to be American, they're Canadian. And it's the best way I can say it because there's no other term for somebody like in the United States. You're not a United Stateser, right? You're just American, so it's kind of like, and maybe it's colloquial. I don't know if maybe that's a thing that you just do in the US. Maybe. I don't know. I've never been out of the country outside of Canada, and everybody there was calling themselves Canadian. So this is the only thing I can say to that. It's just from personal experience being here, you know? When I was younger, anytime I had to read the word Cuba. Oh, you read Cubone. I can see that. Oh, we should do a naming theme where all the Pokemon have to be named similarly to some place. Not, it can be a state, it can be a country. So like Cubone would be Cuba, right? That'd be kind of cute. Yes, let's get our Pokemon healed up. Canadian, I thought it was Canucks. Oh my god, it wasn't until like I started watching hockey that I you know, you kind of learn some stuff because, you know. But like in my state, in Germany, people will not say the state. They will say the part of the state they're from. Because I see. So you can do that here, and you can do that. So it happens here too, right? So there's layers. I'm an American, but because I grew up the majority of my life in Florida, so I was born in New York. So on a very technical sense, I was a New Yorker, right? Ogres have layers, exactly. And again, this can be very colloquial because of the fact of how big the US is and how you kind of branch things down. So overall, I'm an American. And that's usually good enough for most people because like outside the US, a lot of people outside the US don't necessarily know if I say a specific state or a location. Or you can say I'm American, but you know, I'm a Floridian. So they'll know the state because a lot of times people aren't going to know the specific cities, right? So, then you have the cities. So, and not even necessarily cities, right? There's also sections. So, oh God, I'm so sorry. This is like, so you have American. So I'm going to use me from being from Florida. American, Floridian. I grew up in South Florida between the ages of like 6 months to 18. But then my adult years primarily took place in Central Florida. Now, when you talk and you say South Florida, people who recognize that breakup are going to think Miami, Fort Lauderdale, things like that. Or if you typically know somebody's not going to really know too much, you would just say Miami. Like, even though I was raised primarily in Fort Lauderdale, if you say, oh, where in Florida were you from? You're typically going to just tell people, oh, Miami, because they recognize the name Miami, but they don't necessarily know the name Fort Lauderdale. Get my following? Because somebody in Montana probably has never heard of like Dania City. but they've heard of Miami. So, but then I've also lived a good chunk of my young adult years, we'll say, in Central Florida. And that would have been between Tampa and Orlando. So if people say, even though I lived in Valrico, they're going to be like, oh, well, where? I would just say Tampa because most people have never heard of Valrico. So it's layers. And what your answer is highly dependent upon who you're talking to. So if somebody from out of the country says, oh, where in the States are you from? I would just say Florida. They'd be like, oh, Florida, Disney. Where are you from in Florida? Oh, I grew up and lived between South and Central Florida. Very general. They can kind of get the idea, you know? Or I grew up around Miami, Tampa area. So like, oh, Miami, very south, Tampa, very central. I would never say, oh, I grew up part of my time in Dania and Fort Lauderdale and Oakland Park. And then we moved to like Plant City and then Tampa and then Orlando and then Valrico. They've never heard of some of these. So it's very nuanced based on who you're talking to, because not everybody's going to know those locations. It's, you know, it's how we describe things depending on who I'm speaking to specifically. And it's very, very common to do that because people are going to be like, oh, I've never heard of that. Where is that? And then you're like, oh, well, it's near Miami. Oh, I've heard of Miami. You just say, I grew up around Miami. But you never lived in Sarasota. No, actually, no, which is an error because that's where Randy Savage was born. I mean, for most people, I will say Southwest Germany. For most football watching Europeans, there you go. I'll say Hoffenheim, which is one of the bigger football clubs. Exactly. It's very similar to that. Yeah, I only use the state when I'm talking to someone that can tell I'm American, obviously, or another American. Don't people also section off what part of they live? So yes. So there's other ways to do that. So a lot of times when people are asking where you live, East Coast and West Coast, and then you have like East Coast, West Coast, and Central America, which can still be very general because there's a lot of states that make up those individual sections. But if you have someplace like, so let's say I'm actually talking to somebody who lived in and around the Tampa area. Well, where in Tampa do you live? Well, I live, I don't know, Lutz. Or I live Carrollwood. Now, these are like suburbs of Tampa. And you're only saying that to someone who specifically lives in Tampa. But if someone knows that I'm an American and they say like, oh, where are you from? I'm from Florida in the US. You know? West Coast is, I'm sorry. It covers a lot. And that's what it is. Like, it's really hard to say, oh, I grew up on the East Coast. Like, where? Like, the East Coast encompasses a lot of states, some of which don't even touch the coast. So there are so many vineyards around here, so many people growing. Yeah, it's so interesting. And it obviously sounds like a lot of you guys have that same type of concept in your own way. And it's really interesting because I need to make sure my Pokemon are in the right order. Because I'm sure each of you are really going to tailor your response. So if somebody says to me, or I see somebody, oh, I like your accent. Where are you from? They could say Germany. And that's good enough for me because I know nothing about whereabouts stuff in Germany is. I've never been there. I've obviously learned about Germany when I was in school. I did not retain any of it. So just saying I'm from Germany is perfectly sufficeable for me, you know? it's a very surface level conversation that you're probably going to be having with this person. You're not going to, most likely not have a long lasting friendship with this person. So saying, oh, I'm from Germany, that's good enough for me because, again, I've never studied enough about each individual other country to know where stuff is. It's enough for me to try and figure out where my own cities are in my own state. Like, it's so much. All right, Lucario, what are you doing? Let's actually play a freaking game now that I've been talking for like 41 minutes. Like, if someone asks me what part of the U.S. I'm in, I say East Coast. So if somebody says, oh, what part of the U.S. you're from, I will say I grew up in Florida. And I can say that only because so many people know Florida because of Disney. It's probably one of the well-known countries outside, or one of the most well-known states outside of the country because of Walt Disney World. It's kind of like if you say California, a lot of people are going to recognize California because Hollywood is there, and again, Disneyland is also in California. They'll typically recognize the state of New York. It's a very popular state. But a lot of people may not know of, like, I don't know, Utah, Wyoming. Like, they're not as well-known states unless you're in the U.S. And then you're talking about, when you're in the U.S. and you're visiting states, one of the big popular things in the United States are our national parks. And basically every state has at least one national park. So if you're in the U.S., something that people do enjoy doing is visiting other states for their national parks. And obviously, like if you go up towards like Washington and them, you do have like the redwoods and stuff like that, which is part of a large national park system and stuff like that. So, hey, you're that trainer from Route 5. Woof! We're gonna knock this one out of the ballpark. Do I like flowers? Yes! One of my favorite flowers is the cherry blossom. In fact, my husband and I'm hoping maybe next year we can buy one or two of the Yoshino cherry trees and plant them because we are in the zone where the Yoshino cherry tree can grow, and that's very exciting for me. I love the cherry blossom. It is one of my favorite flowers. Other than that, I think dahlias are very pretty. I'm not a rose fan. I've never been like into roses, but I do like the dahlia. I like cherry blossoms, as I said. Hold on, it's right there. Give me a sec. We have 3 of them in our. We planted 3 of them. Hydrangeas. I love hydrangeas. Not the conical hydrangea. I like the more round one that's, obviously hydrangeas are made up of many individual little flowers. So I like the ones that are more roundish and not the conical cone shaped style. It's not my jam. But yes, I would say if I had to list my favorites, it's going to be hydrangeas. At the top of the list, cherry blossoms. I also like peach blossoms. So like cherry, like peach and apple kind of fall within that same style of flower. I'm sorry, you got me on flowers. And then I love hydrangeas, and dahlias are also a lovely one. Hydrangea is such a weird word. So since you like flowers, you have to go to the island of Manao and Lake Constance. It's called the Flower Island. It's so pretty. So what you're telling me is I need to write this down. So it is, give me a sec, Mainaau.
Who's that Pokemon?
I'll have to look it up because, yeah, I would love to go see other places in the world. I just want to make sure that they're like really for my husband and I, and that sounds like someplace I'd want to go to. I'm not exactly sure, but I think Lucario is saying that it wants to battle with you. Will you battle us? Yes! So I have 2 Lucario, but do you know which is the one that has taken a shine to you? No. All right, Karina, we're going to kick butt today. I do think you maybe spelled it right, but it is a weird word that I spell wrong all the time too, so don't worry. Okay. So, hold on, let me focus. Gotta focus. Gotta focus. First up, reflect. It is faster, so it's Swords Dance this. And Swords Dance this time. So last time, I don't think it's Swords Dance first. I think it outright hit us. So it is prepping some physical moves. All right. So okay, so now we need to pop and bring in Jafar. He's next. We actually have a rose bush because, like, when they built this neighborhood, they put rose bushes at everybody's houses. I've never been a fan of roses. I don't know why, I just never have. All right, so hold up. Next up is battle item X speed. This is specifically so we can guarantee we outpace Lucario. And this should basically outlast all of the reflex. Freaking wrist. I'd like all of Lake Constance was amazing. Loved going on holiday there when I was younger. There he is! One down! One freaking down. Second wrist. There we go. And now that this is the real reason why I need that X speed, is because when I counted everything, it only lasts 5 turns. So I'm like, okay, by now we're gonna run out of reflect. So I needed the X speed. And the way I figured out if I would outpace Lucario was I used the Pokemon damage calculator over on Smogon to just get an idea if I can outpace Lucario with 1 X speed, and I could. So there we go. We finally did it. Borked it last time, but we nailed it this time. And welcome on in, Ashton. How are you? So the English have the same problem. Some speak actual English, some grumble, some rhyme. Everything is just nonsense. But I like weird flowers too. Like elderflower bushes are so cute. Elderflower bushes. Oh, those are nice. I feel like for me, the only problem I have with plants that have that sort of coloring of flower on it, it's not that it's weird, it's that for me, it often gets lost in the green. And we have a lot of green around here. What? Not even my Ultra Power Lucario duo could stand up to you? That's right. Oh, which one's your favorite? Oh, it must be. Is it Croc Rock? It must be. Well, I can't know exactly because I have 6 up on the screen. Which one specifically is your favorite? I'm so over Hollander. It's in everything. Absol, yes. Absol is so pretty. Absol, like, for me, skirts the line of. Oh, we're in an ad break. Okay, now I get it. I see why Lucario likes you so much. So, do you remember that I'm the gym leader in Showler City? Once you get past the cave, just beyond here, you'll be there. So stop by and say hello. We can move on, guys. It's so freaking exciting. I'm going to heal up really quick. But we are going to have to take her on, and she is a fighting gym. So, we're going to have to hopefully have a plan in place. I think her ace is a 32, I think it was. A level 32. So your favorite is Absol. Yeah, so about Absol. Absol for me really skirts the line of being both pretty and cool. It's one of the, I feel like the few Pokemon who can really pull that off. Because like when you see a Pokemon like Melodic, you're like, that's a pretty Pokemon. Or if you see one like Pancham and Pangoro, you're like, that's a cool Pokemon. But I feel like Absol is one of the few Pokemon who basically has 1 foot, or I should say 2 feet, as it's got 4. 2 feet in each pool of cool and pretty. It's kind of like that perfect visual appeal for anybody who likes a cool looking Pokemon and anybody who likes a pretty looking Pokemon. They did a phenomenal job on its design, hands down. Also, it learns a good amount of moves that aren't just dark. So, if I remember correctly, it can even learn Thunderbolt, which is awesome. Because we're going to need some balance. That's no Absol. That's our super. Yes, that is Deathstroke, the super villain. Alright, we have finally made it to... Oh, okay, this guy is like right freaking here. So, as per usual, I like to leave Cthulhu up in front so that Cthulhu can sort of scout for us and set up a reflect. What I can't remember is Cthulhu also learns Light Screen, because if Cthulhu also learns Light Screen, that would be great. It could pop Reflect, Light Screen, whichever, and then trade out if needed. But I do like to leave Cthulhu up there just to scout for us. So let's see what this dude has. Do you like smooth stones? I think they're neat. He doesn't have anything. Okay. I wasn't anticipating that. Alright, so we definitely got ourselves a psychic here. Do you also like, Ashton, do you also like Mega Absol? Unfortunately, we can't use Mega Absol because the Absol Night, that's how you say it, is post-game. So unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to have any Mega Evolved Pokemon. Just saying. Alright, so this guy is definitely going to be a Psychic. I use everything I have as the source of my power. My body, my spirit, my emotions. Psychic Emmanuel. Solosis. You like the Mega Absol? I'm a little disappointed that I'm pretty sure we're not getting any Megas in this run, but Sailor V, as they say. So you're a Psychic. Greater the attack stat. So I don't know if Solos... You know, I'm very curious because... Not that it seemed to matter. That it seemed to matter. Oh, that was an ugly hit. Dang. Let's get rid of you and then we'll see what comes up next. Prim has 5 boxes around the flat, but the other day we got a parcel in quite a small box. So Prim is now saying of my 2 cats, Miern and Bujerba, Miern does that. Bujerba does not. Alright, so he is flying and psychic. It's gotta know that we're dark type, so it's probably not gonna set up a psychic move. So it's probably gonna set up a flying move. That would be my guess. So we don't want Shan Yu or Bellatrix to come out. Jafar is too high level already. Let's bring out Deathstroke. Let's bring out Ashton's favorite here. I use a shiny Mega Absol and use shiny... Oh my god. Shiny playthroughs are... I marvel at people who can do shiny playthroughs. Now, I don't know how you particularly did yours, but I have seen people do shiny playthroughs. Or not seen the whole playthrough, but catching only shinies. I don't have the freaking... I don't have that in me. I don't have it in me. You and your Pokemon are far more powerful than I could imagine. Yes, Mega Gyarados is Dark Water. However, you do not get Gyarados-ite. I really hate the ite. Until post-game either. Because I had considered catching and raising up a Magikarp to Gyarados, and then getting and using Gyarados as his dark typing when he Mega Evolves, but he unfortunately does not get his stone until post-game either. It is unfortunate that a lot of them, outside of, I think, like, the Kanto starters, you get theirs, like, right out the gate. But most you don't get until post-game. My understanding. Oh, soda pop. A lot of crap ton of soda. Alright, you are... Now, I know I normally... Let me just take a sneak peek at what this... Okay, so she is going to be like a karate girl. We definitely have a... We clearly have a problem with fighting types in this game. I'm immediately switching this because I know she's gonna be she's gonna have fighting types on her. So a battle girl's power comes from her belt, you know. Challenged by Garradine? Garradine? Right? No. I want to say Geraldine, but that's not it. Oh, she's got Mianfu! I like Mianfu a lot. I do think Mianfu is kind of, like, softy, though. But we are significantly lower level. So, faster, though. God dang. Nice. Yep. So, we are taking the dirty route. We're taking the dirty route. And, smoke screening. We're clearly an evil team here. Team Obsidian all the way. Luckily we have a smart. It has Swift. Swift never misses. That's really smart because I lowered its accuracy twice. It's now just switched over to Swift, so it consistently hits us because Swift is one of those never miss moves, and it's like 60 base power, I think, so not bad. Smart move. So what I did want to see was Solosis, and so Solosis is special attack heavy. Actually, I want to get all the way to Reuniclus. I can never spell its name right. So it's still special attack heavy. And then Gothiel, I'm curious. Yeah, she's also special attack heavy. Okay. What I was looking at was, I was curious if they did the same thing that they had done Gothitelle. Gothitelle at all. I was seeing if they did the kind of the same thing that they had done in Red and Blue with Hypno and Alakazam. Alakazam is more special attack, where Hypno is more physical. So like if you have like Hypno, you may want to run the numbers on using like Zen Headbutt over Psychic because it might be better if I'm remembering correctly. It's why I like using Waterfall on Gyarados because he's just more. Actually, what I did not realize, he's special defense heavy, but his attack and special attack are the same. Gotta keep my belt tight, or I can't unleash my true power. All right. So, we have any revives here? Right here at the top. Nope. Oh, this is Route 11. Hold on. In Route 11, Hariyama, sock and throw. Oh! Oh, we can get Stunky here! Oh, dude, y'all, we have to stop. I can get a Stunky. Oh, I can get a Stunky. Yeah, I can get a Stunky. We have to try and catch Stunky. This may be where we're going to have to start making some choices. Because, hey, there it is, right there. Okay, I do want to see Stunky and what its kind of stats are. Not stats, I'm sorry. So it can either have Stench or Aftermath. So Stench has a 10% chance of making the target flinch when hit by a damaging move used by the Pokemon with this ability. Stench does not stack with King Rock or Razor Fang, nor does it stack with moves that already have a chance to flinch. Okay. And then Aftermath is only if it gets knocked out, right? Yeah. That is a good question. Oh, I should have changed. Oh man, I may have made a mistake, but we'll see. I forgot to switch over to False Swipe. I'm gonna check in with Reese. No, you're cool. I didn't know Reese was live right now. I'm trying to see how many things my thing can help function on. So, I'm trying to have people open. My husband and I, he's like, maybe we can talk about getting you a new computer for Christmas. I'm like, maybe I would like to talk about that. Okay, so it is a 25. It is dark and poison. So I don't think either of these moves are going to really hit hard. Which is good. Okay. Which is good, because if we thief again... Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's what I like to say. That's what I like to see right there. I forgot I had the Focus helmet on! Oh, I did that earlier. God dang it. Okay. So, with that... Alright, False Swipe. We're gonna trade... We're gonna swap Shadow Claw for False Swipe, and then we'll put Shadow Claw back on. Oh, I did that earlier with an Eevee! Because I forgot I had the Rocky helmet on. I make like world's worst freaking bad guy. I'm the worst villain ever. Okay, so we cannot use Nidorino. He is poison and... Well, he's poison right now, but he'll be poison ground. So he's out of the question. Alright, come on! We need another Stunky. Okay, so this one's Throw. So we get Throw in this game. Oh, which makes sense because he's red. And so Sock, who is colored blue, is in Pokemon Y. I never paid attention to the color. Jingling. Does this guy get... Is this just pure Psychic? Because Psychic Steel. I don't remember that one. Just saying, you sounded constipated from the kitchen. I do apologize. Not constipated, just irritated. There we go. There's another Stunky. Oh, wow, thank you. Thank you so much for the follow right there. Schneiderx. Schneiderx. It's probably what I think I'm reading. All right, let's Thunder Wave again. This time I don't have... It was concerning. I don't have the Rocky helmet this time, so. No Rocky helmet, so this way, at the very least, it can't attack me and then knock itself out. Alright, so now we can safely go for False Swipe. Yeah. Guy's definitely, this guy is definitely like a hefty boy, so. Here to lurk and study. My friend used to do Monotype playthroughs. Oh, not a problem. Feel free to lurk as long as you like. I am fairly good at just talking to myself, so you're all good. And thank you for the follow. I do so appreciate that. Because you're new here. Oh, and besides, hold on, Daichi. What? I cannot know. What is it? I don't know. I think I'm gonna start making random guesses that a hippopotamus fell into your pool. That's my guess. I'll chat to it takes the edge off of studies. Oh, well, there you go. Ashton, thank you so much for the follow as well. The Axu hatched, and it's a shiny! Are you for real? Did you try to get a shiny, like, via the Masuda method or something? Because that's just so awesome. Oh my god! Freaking congrats! Freaking congratulations! That's so exciting! That's so exciting. I'm trying to hit you. Apparently he must have stand attacked me. And I wasn't paying any attention. For those who are new, I am going to kind of explain a little bit of what we're doing here. When we started playing this, Dark type was randomly selected as my type to play through this as. And then we just sort of fell into a story for this playthrough. So I, as in my character Imakuni in game, she is an aspiring evil team leader. And we caught Stunky. I do need to see its stats. Not necessarily its stats, but I need to see its ability. Because I think instead of Aftermath, which requires Stunky to be knocked out, I would prefer Stench, which gives us a 10% chance of flinching. Ideally. So it protects itself by spraying a noxious fluid from its rear. The stench can linger for 24 hours. That's... So we do need a name for Stunky. Some leftover names that we do have, and I am always open to whatever. We do need villain names, so please, no Disney princesses, though I can see how you might get confused. We have Ozai, Azula, Zareth, Zim, Two-Face, Goldie Roger, Cruella DeVille, Hades, and Sephiroth. However, if somebody has another name that works really well with Stunky, I am definitely open to it. I can't think of any characters off the top of my head that are villains that are just villains. Sir Stinker. Since you've redeemed, we shall go ahead and do Sir Stinker. Oops, I just realized that was not a capital S. And if we're nothing if not sticklers for stinkers. I also enjoy dad jokes. Oh my god. I have a dad joke to tell you. I will tell you about my story stuff in just a second, but I just heard this dad joke. Promise he's evil to me. We are going to have to make a choice here. Asa Bing! Welcome on in, my dude! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Raiders, welcome on in! Stuff is finally functioning around here.
Welcome to another edition of Thunderdome!
Welcome, welcome, welcome! We are playing Pokemon Y. Dude! Hey, Lodo! We are doing Pokemon Y as a dark type, monotype playthrough. Dark type playthrough, same deal. Welcome on in. I am Imakuni. We have just caught Stunky named Sir Stinker. I'm really hoping this guy has Stench. It would work even better with his name. If he doesn't, we're gonna catch another one. So what I'm basically doing here is I am playing a Pokemon Y monotype Nuzlocke. as an aspiring evil team leader. We have officially gotten our team name via Got Kitsune, who came up with this himself. We are Team Obsidian. Sounds very dark, very evil. But we didn't just stop there. We actually have a bit of a story for my gal. So let me find my page so I get this all correct. Because, you don't want to be that kind of team leader. So, basically what we do, my evil team doings, how like Team Rocket's thing was stealing Pokemon and selling them. Our evil deeds is facilitating the trade of items acquired via less than legal means. This can be authentic paintings. This could be jewels, jewelry. This can be Pokemon. This could be technology. That's our thing. We are the facilitator of dealings. So there is a seller and there is a buyer, but they can't do this out in the open because, they have a reputation and an image to keep up, right? So me and my team, Team Obsidian, we handle this, right? But as any good evil team does, you do also have to have some sort of above board business, because where else is your money going to get, laundered through? So our thing is we actually have a pharmaceutical type deal company that is now going to be competing against the company that makes your Pokeballs, your potions, your X items, your everything, because they clearly have a monopoly and we want to get in on that. So to break up this little monopoly, we're going to have a company called Absolution by Design. It uses the Pokemon Absol in the name, so it already kind of gives you a hint that we're in dark dealings, but you can't prove that, right? You can't prove that. So we are Absolution by Design, and we are going to be making potions, revives, X items, all the deals. Cause think about poor Kurt. Poor Kurt pretty much just got bought out, and all of his Pokeballs are now just run through the Pokeball company, and he kind of poor guy got gypped, I think he got gypped. So we're trying to, like I said, break up a monopoly. But that's going to just be kind of where the above board stuff happens. Underground, if you will. We're dealing in acquired items and getting them traded back and forth to whoever they need to get to. That's what we do. That's what Team Obsidian does. And I feel it's really nice and evil. I feel like we've got it. Reviving the dark legendary evil to kill everyone in the world. Reviving, yes. The only reason why we're not going to wipe out everybody is because then we won't have any consumers for our products. And then we'd be gone. It's kind of like the Team Aqua, Team Magma thing, where Team Magma's like, oh, I want to expand the land, and Team Aqua's like, oh, I want to expand the ocean. And I'm sitting here like, y'all are just gonna destroy all the land Pokemon, and y'all are just gonna destroy all the water Pokemon, so you ain't helping nobody. So we're helping people by breaking up a monopoly, right? But facilitating some underground trades, that's all I'm saying, That's all I'm saying. And hey, Detective Pikachu even had underground Pokemon battles. That one between frickin' Charizard and, little Pikachu. That happened. That was a thing. We can do that too. Just gotta run it through, see how we can get it set up. That's all. Sir Stinker's been transferred for the lair, and it is the lair. That is what our box is called. So let's go check out Sir Stinker himself. So thank you for listening to my absolute long-winded retelling of our story. I had a good time coming up with it. People here helped, so it was a wonderful thing. Oh, and The Axu is perfect. Oh, where did you breed him yourself then? Because I love breeding perfect Pokemon. I do. Mold Breaker with speed up and special attack down. Oh, very nice. Why does Team Aqua want to expand the ocean? Is 70% of the world. Like, their Team Aqua and Team Magma were so confusing for me, right? Like, Team Aqua and Magma are like, oh, I want to expand the ocean. I want to expand the land. And I'm sitting here like, you guys are wanting to help Pokemon. Because that's kind of what it came across, was that they wanted to help Pokemon. But in doing so, one team is essentially going to be obliterating the habitat for the opposite type of Pokemon. So I'm like, and then what are you going to do? So, oh, Team Aqua, oh, loves water Pokemon. Yeah, but what are you going to do about those Pokemon that kind of live both, amphibian-like, in the water, and on land? What about Marshtomp? Wait, Marshtomp is the middle of God dang it, I did it again. Oh my god. I'm going to do a minor rant. I know that it is Mudkip, Marshtomp, and then freaking third evolution. My problem is, Marshtomp sounds like it should be the third freaking evolution. I don't know why that's not its name. I don't know why it's somebody tell me the freaking third evolution, because it's Marshtomp in my head and it's not Marshtomp, and that drives me bananas. Thank you, Swampert. It should be Mudkip, Swampert, and then Marshtomp. Tell me that Marshtomp doesn't sound like a stronger name and therefore should be the third evolution. That's my rant. We can't believe you're the third Hoenn Evil team now. You're even the third Hoenn Evil team. Wait. Aqua, Magma. Nobody did anything with Rayquaza, right? But they didn't. There was no Team Sky. You're pulling my chain, though. I know that. You're definitely pulling my chain. I played through Emerald. There was only Team Aqua and Team Magma. And I always thought that they were both so derpy. Oh my god, he's one of my favorite starters. One of my favorite starters. I love him. It's a reference to a PokeTuber. Oh, my bird. My bird, PokeTuber. We do have Stench! Ah! Stunky! Dude, Sir Stink! Alright. So defense up, speed down. Okay, not bad. Not bad. I do like that its defense go up. I wasn't anticipating it being a very fast Pokemon. Let me see what you typically are at, like, base without any, stun tank. Oh god. Stunk. Oh god. Skun tank. Oh wait, Skun. I'm so dumb. Skun tank. He's Stunky, the other Skun tank. Okay, so you typically are... Okay, cool. So your attack isn't being affected, which is nice. Your attack and your hit points are... Okay, so here's where we need to make a decision, right? It's a reference to Pokemon Mand J. I've heard of him, and I think I've seen some of his, if I'm thinking of the right guy. But I've not seen all of his stuff. Sometimes some PokeTubers get a bit too much for me. So I don't watch all of them. I don't even watch probably half of them. So it definitely depends on the personality if I can only watch them so many times in a row. So I know that name, M&J TV. I'm thinking I've seen, but I can't recall offhand because my thinking is he's kind of like this white guy with... Does he not have facial hair? Usually wears a ball cap. Let me just pull him up because I feel like I know who he is. Am I thinking of the right guy? I am. Yes, I am thinking of the right guy. Yes. I have seen some of his stuff. Yes, I have seen some of his stuff. I can only watch videos every so often because usually when I'm listening to them, I'm having them on in the background. So I tend to have it as something more of like a relaxing one, like J Rose, who does a lot of the beating typically going through like all 151 Pokemon through the Kanto region, the voice is a bit more calm, whereas I tend to find M a bit more like I tend to be a bit more, so I can't listen to it if I'm trying to focus on something else. So, but I have seen his videos. I do have an Eevee. We do have an Eevee. He's a creator of Intense Mic Sound. Team Sky. Team Sky! It would be my best guess on that. So we do have an Eevee. I actually caught one. He is right here. His name is Mystique. We don't care about genders on here. We just name him whatever we feel like. And in the box right now, because I have, and this is where I have to make a decision. I want to keep Absol, I want to kind of keep Deathstroke on the team, because I use evolutions a lot. But our real choice is here, in the fact that we have Shan Yu the Pancham, who will eventually be fighting Dark. And we have Bellatrix, who is also fighting Dark. Which means we only need one fighting Dark. And my problem is we have Dark and Poison, and we'll be coming up to a Murkrow who's Dark and Flying, who would also be really good to have on the team. So, I'm not sure who, I want, but so things I like, has Moxie. So every time he knocks somebody out, his attack goes up, her attack goes up, whatever. I did run back and get a different Pancham, so this one actually has Iron Fist instead of the other ability, which never worked. And I thought this was going to be great because I'm like, oh, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, right? No. Does not learn that in this game. Does not learn that. I'm like, oh, we can have a lot of elemental punches right here to really help with, the other elemental types. But, yes, Mold Breaker. And that did not work in my favor. So, he learns the elemental types, unfortunately, in Oraz. Not an X and Y. So, he does learn some punching moves. Yeah, but I don't know if you can change their abilities in this one. I definitely obviously know you can in 9. But I don't know if you can change their hidden ability to get their hidden abilities in this game. And I won't be doing like any breeding or anything to try and get it. But that is where I'm kind of at right now. I need to figure out which of these two. So we can have one with 53, and they're both 25. So they're roughly equal right now. So 53, 49, 34, 50, 35, 7, 32, 39, 34, 30. So Bellatrix will be a bit faster, and I imagine once we get him up to Scrafty, Headlong Rush is compatible with Iron Fist, apparently. I did look up which ones work, and so I think he gets. That's what I'm thinking, that Scraggy is overall the better choice. And I hate saying that because I really would like to use Pangoro, because I feel like Scraggy is sort of like the obvious choice to go with. So Pangoro's attack will eventually be all the way up to 124 base. Whereas Scrafty will be... So Scrafty is more defensive, is where it is. So Scrafty is more defensive, whereas Pangoro is more offensive. Not that Scraggy or Scrafty's offense is bad, it's 90, and every time it faints a Pokemon, its attack will go up. Remember, any fairy move makes it evolve into a Sylveon. I forgot about that. Thank you. I forgot about that. I had read your thing where it says it can't have baby doll eyes. And honest to God, I was thinking, and this was what I was thinking. And I couldn't figure out why. Because in my head, I'm like, but that's not a problem. Umbreon evolves via friendship at night. But if Eevee has baby doll eyes, it will evolve via friendship into Sylveon because it has a fairy type move. And I forgot all about that. Oh my God, I forgot all about that. Totally forgot about that. I read your line, it can't have baby doll eyes, and I'm like, I can't, like, why? Why was it that it can't have baby doll eyes? What's wrong with baby doll eyes on an Umbreon? It won't evolve into an Umbreon! That's the problem. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so Scrafty, I feel like as a defensive Pokemon, Scrafty is better. As an attacker, Pangoro will be better. So let's check move pool. Let's check move pool on Pangoro because I kind of need to make this decision. Because we're gonna roll with one. So let's get you on to 6. Gen 6. Okay. So let's see here. Move pool, I'm pretty sure Scrafty is the better one from personal experience. So based on the move pool, we get Hammer Arm. The interesting is Hammer Arm is also one that is considered... Pangoro gets Hammer Arm, and that can be used with Iron Fist. So Head Smash, Focus Punch, Rock Climb, Facade, Crunch, Scary Face, High Jump Kick. Oh, High Jump Kick is so good when it connects. So freaking good when it connects. So good. What about your Sludge Bomb, Toxic, Smackdown, Dig? We've already got somebody for Dig. Sludge Bomb, we can use somebody else for Poison. Surprisingly learn Grass Knot. That's very interesting. Confide, Power Up Punch, Dark Pulse. So if, wait, is your physical or your special better? Pangoro can learn Surf. Pangoro can learn Surf, guys. I didn't see that coming. So Pangoro can actually learn Dragon Claw, which would be really nice. Aerial Ace, which is good. That can get us a flying move. If we don't end up putting, what's his name on? Quite a few bug moves, which is surprising. X-Scissor. Oh, well, not quite a few, just 2. But X-Scissor and Infestation. Ah! This is so tough. Bad, hello! Yeah. Pangoro is just full-on attack. And I'm having a really hard time deciding which. He can do Swords Dance.
Who's that Pokemon?
Those are egg moves. So, really, egg moves? His egg moves include the punches on Bellatrix, but not on Pangoro. Realsies? That's kind of annoying. And I don't think you can put egg moves on these guys. Okay, well, there you go. Oh, I don't know. Let's judge me. There honestly aren't too many dark types that use special moves unless they're dark water, dark fire. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which of these I should go with. So, if we go Pangoro's, so Pangoro is 124 base attack, and Scrafty is 90 base attack, but his defenses are so much higher. And it makes sense that his defenses are so much higher because he can outlast for Moxie. Oh god, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm literally having decision problem here, and I don't know which to pick. So Daichi is going, I don't know, you guys, okay. If you guys want to do this for me, bitch. Pangoro, Scrafty. There. Pangoro or Scrafty? I would love to know your opinions. We have definitely somebody who's definitely saying Scrafty. So we're 50-50 Pangoro and Scrafty right now. If it comes down to 50-50, I'm gonna like roll a d20. Okay, so right now it's Pangoro 67, Scrafty 33. So we have 3 votes right now, which is fine. You mean better. So far, we only have so many seconds left, and it's looking like Pangoro is going to win. So I'm gonna get this set up to swap Lil Stank here. Oh my god, Lil Stank. Lil Stank! Stank. They can learn so many weird moves. So it looks like Pangoro is the winner. So you guys voted. It is Pangoro that we will have on the team. If I find that Pangoro is not working out for us, we can switch. But for now, we're going to roll with Pangoro. And so he has Screech, Fury Swipes, Smokescreen, and Faint. I do like Smokescreen. I'm sorry, it was chosen. Oh, I do need to do one thing. We're gonna move. So this is our little guy here. We need to move you like that. That's the Pokemon that we had to get. We're pulling him off the team because he's 31 right now, and he's my HM user. Just realized a simple psychic move can one-shot Pancham. He's a slave. Yes, yeah, he is basically. He's the HM slave. That is what he is. But he does only have cut right now, I think. No, maybe he has strength too, I think. Abra and his confused. Yeah, so right now Psychic can one-shot him, but once he becomes Pangoro, then we won't have a problem against Psychic moves because Dark will just ignore Psychic. Hariyama! Hariyama! We are leaving, we are leaving, we are not battling you. Have you ever tried that challenge where you only use a single Pokemon for the entire run? Not yet. Hey, it's the guy who thinks we're also cut out to be evil. Ah, hello there. Looks like you've almost made it to Shallor City. That's fantastic. It looks like your journey with your Pokemon around the Kalos region is going swimmingly. I wanted to tell you about a person in Shallor who knows a great deal about Mega Evolution. People call him the Mega Evolution Guru. I've told everyone else about him, so if you have a second, you should give him a visit. See, I'm pretty sure that Mr. Pokemon guy there is also a villain because he just kind of behaves that way and because I want him to be a villain. So Professor Sycamore is also in the villain. He recognizes a villain in me And I see a villain in him. So a villain in me, a villain in you. We're good. Okay. Oh, come on. What do you do? Once we get through Route 11, we will be going through the Reflective Cave. So as far as the single run, I have not done one yet. I want to do one, and I think if I do one, it's probably going to be with one that has been asked of me before by Udu, and it would be Mudkip. I may be wrong, but I think they don't let you move on unless you beat the Mega Lucario. We did the Mega Lucario battle. They don't let you move on, but we did beat him. So we're going to have somebody who, one of them has psychic types and one who has fighting types. And this is such a dirty, dirty setup. One who has fighting and one who has psychic, right? Let's see here. I am concerned that they're going to be a higher level. Oh my god, we need to fix you. Hold on. Senor Stinky needs some help here. I have a purple Navel-Eye. Perfect name for Sable-Eye. We should be catching one because he is dark, so. Oh, we're gonna battle. We're gonna try and battle everybody. I do want to try and get every battle done. So what do we want to drop here? We're gonna get rid of Fury Swipes. Because what I'm planning on doing is I have the code to get all the rare candies, as many as I want to, and things like that. So, I'm going to be using rare candies just before major battles if I need to. But I'm going to first try and go into the battle and kind of plan it out and kind of see if, so we're not over leveling, you know? Sableye only weakness is Fairy. It would also be Fighting. Sableye is pure Dark, and Fighting types are super against Dark. Because I don't think Sableye is Ghost. Correct me if I'm wrong. It is Ghost Dark. Really? This whole time, I really thought he was just Dark. There is nothing about Sableye that screams Ghost Dark to me. I just want you to know. I knew Spiritomb was. Honest to godly, did not think, I really genuinely thought Sableye was just Dark. Huh. That could be useful. That could be hyper freaking useful against Karina. Okay, we're gonna have to think about that. What else can my dude learn? Let's go ahead and give him Thief, just so he has a dark move right now. It was one of 5 Pokemon without weaknesses until Generation 6. Yeah, I remember that about Spiritomb. I really just didn't know that about... I've never used Sableye, so that's maybe why. But I really genuinely thought that it was just Sableye. Or I'm sorry, Spiritomb that was Ghost and Dark. Screech is nice. We're gonna drop Fang. Okay. I think that's all the moves we're gonna give him right now. I'm thinking maybe we should use different Pokemon because I feel like you're gonna be too low. like you're going to be a good middle round Pokemon. Okay. The Tynamo line. Oh yeah, it's pure electrical levitate, so you have to have Mold Breaker. That one I knew. That one I knew. Once you get, yeah, it's pretty funny. Okay, so I thought Smackdown was only for flying. I didn't know it. You think it accounts for levitate too? Okay, I genuinely thought it was only for flying. But I also thought that freaking, this is kind of ugly. I also thought that, what's his name was pure dark, so. Oh, man. These are both 28s, so. Who's worse? Probably Macho. Probably Macho. Okay, that's about a 3-hitter. So he went with Light Screen, which is fine, because most of ours are going to be physical moves anyways. Gravity and Smackdown as well. Why is Rotom fan fighting with Levitate? Oh, because Rotom only gets the... Yeah, it's funny. It's weird. It's definitely weird. Nobody upped their stats, so that's not right. Water Pulse is special, though. Let's do that. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to do much. Ooh, and you got the confusion. God dang. That's a dumb move only because he can already hit us. Oh, God. Christ, he's so hard to hit. So you're pure fighting right now, so that's not quite... Deathstroke. We're still behind the Reflect. Oh, so. Sweet. No! Take it! Thank God. Hold on. God dang. Okay. The worst of them is down. Okay. Huh. So, for this week, I'm going to change how it kind of functions next week. But if anybody would like to get in to win a pack of Pokemon TCG cards, it's 500 chat points for subscribers, 1,000 for followers. The way Loaded Dice works is over here on the day, so this Friday, when I give away a pack of Pokemon TCG cards, what we do is we have little baby, we're going to put him back here on Go. We've got our little game piece, which is a Togepi, and I will roll the dice. A pair of D6, right? And he'll move around the board. I'll have anybody who's put in for it assigned to a space on the board. And then at the end of the stream, wherever Togepi lands, wherever it's the last land on one of theirs, we go until it, at the end of the stream, we go until it lands on somebody's face. And then they win the pack of Pokemon TCG. Now, the way Loaded Dice works is you can influence what set of dice I roll. So you can say, hey, roll 2d20, and I'll roll 2d20, and we go that many spaces around the board. Or you can be like, roll a d6 and a d10. And I'll roll those two and go around the board. And that's how it's going to work this week when I give away the pack of cards. Going forward, I'm actually going to remove the put-in. I'm going to remove the buy-in for the game of the 500 and 1000. And I'm going to probably have 2 loaded dice options. One for followers, one for subscribers. And then you guys will have the ability to roll. One person can roll the dice 2 times during stream with an amount of time in between. And I'm going to have a secret space. And that secret space is going to be, if somebody lands on it, they will win the pack. That'll be starting next week. But I wanted to finish up this week because I've already got some people who have put in for it the other way. So, do you know or like the game Slay the Spire? I've played it. I know it. I've definitely seen people play it. I've seen my husband play it. It's not really for me. I would much prefer it as a physical game as opposed to a digital one. They do have a physical version of it, by the way. But that is my preference. Look at Umbridge. Nope. I didn't mean to do that. So let's bring out Singler Stinker here. And, oh wait, nope, sorry. Cthulhu, I want you to foul play. I want to swap Deathstroke for Stink. Yes, they did. They did. I have not seen the reviews on it. Oh, now you put up a Reflect. Monster. Just as I get ready to start hitting with frickin'... Oh, god dang it! He's part fairy type in this now. Ugh, I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot that. Encore. Okay, that's okay because the move I do use is what I want Encore. So. I completely forgot that. So yeah, man, Singer Stinks here. Yes, Lil Stink is gonna be like super necessary against the fairy types. I completely forgot that. Freaking Mr. Mime is now fairy psychic. Holy crap. Absol is one of 2 Pokemon you are shiny hunting. Oh, nice. I've not actually have looked at a shiny Absol. I'm very curious. Oh, look at you with that, like that burnt orange color. Ooh, that is nice. That is nice. That's pretty. Cthulhu wants to learn Payback. Okay, so Payback is when you store power and then attack. If the user moves after the target. So isn't, oh man. I think Malamar is a slower Pokemon. I think Malamar is a slower Pokemon. He's 73. He's not dead slow, but yeah. Fudge nuts. Alright, so he's not super slow. Oh, man. And then, but this really, but man, look at that. That's 95. That's 95 power. I think we're gonna keep Foul Play. Like, Foul Play is base 95. Nah, we're just gonna keep our old moves. I don't have a most memorable Pokemon battle, but I definitely have a memorable Pokemon encounter. Yeah, go for it. Memorable encounter, whichever. I would like to hear both. Either or, whichever. In fact, let me pin this because I forgot to. There we go. Okay, so Cthulhu does not learn payback. Say your stank. Frankensky? Do you think that's maybe a play on the name Frankenstein? I mean, it could be. I don't know. It could be. Frankenstein, Frankenguy, Frankenfly, or whatever. I don't know. Do you know any other dark types in Reflection Game? According to Bulbapedia, I believe Sableye is the only dark type Pokemon. It is very rare. It is. Sableye is the only dark type. So we're going to have to possibly make another choice here. I'm going to go buy some stuff before I go through. Yeah, I like to use two websites. Bulbapedia I like using for the walkthroughs and just because it seems to have the most accurate information. But I also really like using Pokemon DB or Pokemon Database purely for move pools and just raw information because there's there's no ads or anything like that, and it's a very clean use website. Very clean, very nice interface that it's just very simple, and I do enjoy it. So I do tend to use one thing for one and one for the other. I was with some friends, and they were playing Scarlet and Violet while I was TV doing Brilliant Diamond. I was at the very beginning, where you pick your starter, Battle with Starly, before you have access. Yes! Yes! Oh my god, that is so rare. That is so rare. Oh my god. That is so rare. Oh my god. Are we in the 200 range yet? I don't know if we're in the 200 range yet. So we'll go with some super potions. We'll get like 10. We got 3. We'll get 2. I don't think we should come across. We got 8. That's fine. 5. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, that'll be good. I think that'll be good. I'm hoping that'll be plenty to buy. We don't need. I'm hoping we won't need more than that because we still have some fresh waters or soda pops. Soda pops. I'm sorry. Almost my entire group saw it happen. The very first full on shiny I ever had over 20 years, and it was impossible. Yeah. The fact that they made that thing shiny, like, just to have the ability to be shiny is such BS. It is such BS. Like why? Why of all Pokemon would that be shiny? Oh, no. I just want to see if there's anything hidden around here. I would have had that one shiny locked. 100% would not have let that thing be shiny. Oh, come on. Let me go. It is one of those things where it's just like, what were they thinking? Oh, we can't battle you. I don't have any flying type. Goodness. Thunderstone! We won't be evolving any Pokemon with a Thunderstone. So, money! Free money! Oh, so it's down there. Well, let's go down here. Oh, I'm trying to think. So, okay. I'm trying to think here. So my first shiny encounter was... Crap, what game was it? Oh, what game was it? I think it was... Oh god, what game was it? I think it may have been Heart Gold Soul Silver. I think. And it was a Hypno. My brother-in-law's first shiny was a purple Wurmple. I had 4 shiny Starly in the original Pokemon Diamond before I found my turtle. Jesus. That's insane. There sure are a lot of mysterious stones in the Kalos region. Reflection Cave it is. No biking and no skating. A horde. No thank you. You know what I would have liked? What I would have liked if they had for Mr. Mime and for Jinx, right? Because Mr. Mime is Mr. and Jinx is clearly based after a feminine body. I would have liked, instead of having Mime Jr. and Smoochum, I wish they would have had one Pokemon that sort of combines Mime Jr. and Smoochum, and then make all Jinx female, all Mr. Mime male, and make that one Pokemon male or female. So if it's female, it would evolve into Jinx, and if it were male, it would evolve into Mr. Mime. I would have much, much preferred that over what we got, which is Mr. Mime, or Mime Jr. and Smoochum. I still haven't found the Turtwig. I do have another memorable encounter, actually. I was playing Shield, and I was in a Mad Raid adventure. The legend was Azelf, and it was shiny. Thankfully, you saw it again. I would say my most memorable encounter, not battle, but my most memorable encounter was with a shiny. And it was when I was doing my very first Nuzlocke live. And it was Pokemon Fire Red. And I was all the way at the end, just level grinding out to get ready for the Elite Four. And an Onix popped up on screen. And I basically was trying to run away from it because I'm like, I don't want to battle this one because of the Pokemon I had out or whatever. And all of a sudden I look over at chat and people are like, oh my god, shiny, is that shiny Onix? And I was on a different screen. So I backed out of the screen I was in and I looked at it and I'm like, holy crap, it's a shiny Onix! Like, I wasn't paying any attention. It blew my mind, right? And somehow we ended up catching it. And what did we name it? Like, Unnoticed or something like that? We named it something like that. But it was so, I was so not focusing on the grind because I was just talking in chat and stuff like that. Completely ignoring the grind. And instead was completely blown away by the fact that it was a shiny freaking Onix. And we ended up catching it. It was really cool. Ended up catching it. But that's probably my most memorable shiny ever. And it was live. It was my first live game. Pokemon Fire Red Nuzlocke was my very first ever live game. And it actually happened to have my first live shiny. It was very exciting. We ended up putting him on the team and kind of used him. But it was very exciting. Very, very exciting. We're gonna move Deathstroke to the top for this. And because we're just gonna kind of run around here to see if we can't get... We can't do that here, okay. I just want to run around and see if we can't get that Sableye. Now, I'm trying to think of what my most memorable battle might have been. Oh, it's a Carbink! So cute. But we're gonna run from you. be in the Lake of Rage? In the middle of the Lake of Rage? Did it happen to be that one? Oh, but what? You know my most memorable battle? So it was when okay, so this was way back when Heart Gold and Soul Silver first came out. So I had originally got Soul Silver. And in that game, I was going up against the Ghost Gym. And his Gengar is like a level 20 something. Hey, look, there's Sableye. Okay, cool. Now we just gotta catch him. And I can't use False Swipe. But he is Dark Ghost, so my Thief should only hit for neutral damage. That may be as far as we can get. That may be as far as we can get, y'all. How many people completely missed that Lance straight up murdered someone in the Gen 2 games when they first played it? Oh yeah, doesn't he? He does, doesn't he? I actually forgot about that. Selena. Why Selena? Is it for oh no. Somebody had mentioned a name. Not mentioned a name. But they said they wanted to use a certain name. Was that you, Ashton? Boom, baby! Sorry. Catwoman is a thief. I love Catwoman. She's my favorite. And by the way, you named the skunk. Okay, so we can do Selena. I am happy to do Selena. It's definitely a good dark name. It dwells in the darkness of caves. It uses its sharp claws to dig up gems to nourish itself. Yes, Selena it is. That is not how you spell Selena. That's how you spell Selena. No, I named Skunk as Mr. I'm shiny hunting. Not a problem, please. Enjoy your shiny hunting. Oh, and it's a girl, too. Alright, so now we have the question of, do we want to have a ghost on the team? I think we're going to go ahead and grab him. Put him on the team for now. I think we might turn on the experience all, I think. I think we might turn on the experience all just for Selena and Sir Stank. Little Stank. Little Stank Stank! Fun fact, I had an ex that I was good friends with for a few years named Selena. Oh! Does Sableye remind you of her? Okay. Very nice. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and drop our gem slave here. So she has Keen Eye. That's actually really nice. No, what else would you get? Give me just a sec. I'm curious what other... Keen Eye and Stall. Pokemon moves after all other Pokemon do. I would like that on, like, I would love that on a freaking Pokemon where you get to name a where the Pokemon gets Stall, right? And it has a bunch of moves that are like, this move is double if it goes second. Like, I would like that. But on somebody a little beefy. Oh! Oh, Thanos! That's so perfect. What were the Pokédevs smoking when they came up with? Turn the DS upside down to evolve EK. I don't know, but it's, irritating. And all I'm saying, Bat, is, I really like Thanos. I'm just saying. Okay, cool. Where was the name Raider? Was it in this town? Was the name Raider in this town? I can't remember. I can't remember where the name Raider was. It's not you. Where was the name Raider? I don't remember where the name Raider was. I can't. Where was the name Raider? Give me just a sec. It's back in Campfire Town. Are we in Camp? Yeah, we're in Campfire Town. It is here. Okay. It's this town. Okay, we're in Campfire. Okay, right? No. No, this is Geosenge. Is this Geosenge? This is Geosenge. Oh, that's fine. We're not going to do that. We're going to go with Thanos, because that is such a badass name. Alright, since these guys are new, we're going to move Thanos and Senor State to the top. And let them kind of have some love. What moves do you have on you, Thanos? I'm already calling him Thanos. Astonish, Fear. Okay, yeah. Give me a sec. Ooh, Fake Out. Ooh, Fake Out. Isn't that the one that you go first regardless and it immediately flinches them? I like that. I like that. I like Fake Out. You get an immediate flinch, 2 moves in a row. Love it. So we're going to give him Thief. And we're going to drop Fury Swipes. I can't. Because I'm playing Pokemon Y, I do not have access to Houndour. If I did, I was naming that thing frickin' Cerberus. It's not in this game at all. It is a Pokemon X exclusive. So unfortunately, no, I can't. I am wanting to get Murkrow. I have to figure out who I'm going to... is the problem. Let me run from him. Yes, it is an exclusive. Excellent. That was my joke. I think I delivered it poorly. I was going to, if he were in the game, it was either going to be Hades or Cerberus. I was going to go with Hades or Cerberus. Oh my God, kid. Get up out my way! We shouldn't be too far from about 10. Okay. Okay, I'm like, where the frick am I? While Fluffy is cute because it is, what's his name's, dog, he's not evil. So, and while I get that Hades isn't necessary, or, Cerberus isn't inherently evil, he does, you know, I just like it better, you know. So, you know what so one of the things I've been trying to figure out the good game for this in, is Zora an option? Who is... Wait, Zora. Zora. Who is Zora? Did we have that name? No, we have Zara. I don't... The only reason why I don't want to say... yes, is because I don't know how many we have left. We still have to get Murkrow and name it, and that's 1. And then after that, I don't know outside of Murkrow, who's left? Oh, there's Zoroark, yeah. I forgot about him. Whisma! Go ahead. Woo! Felicia. So there's still Zoroark and what's his face? Zoroark and Murkrow. Okay. We've only got 6 slots. Oh, that sucks. This is such a far drive. I mean ride. But we do what we gotta do to get our Pokemon the best names. Thanos is... you? Yay! We got it. Okay. Yes! You want to critique Selena because we're gonna name Thanos. So, there we go. That is a name. Okay, cool. So, we only have 6 spaces on the team, right? It says trade or migrate from another game to get Zorora, but Zorora is a gift Pokemon in Black and White too. So maybe, yeah, so maybe you can't get it outside of like Pokemon Bank. Give me 1 second. Where's your locations at? Breed Zoroark. So how do you get Zoroark? Yeah, it looks like that's the way you have to do it. So, oh no, the mountain region of Kalos. So Zoroark, it looks like Zora isn't available, but Zoroark is available in the mountain regions of Kalos. So you can get him in this game. Assuming Pokemon DB is correct. Oh, you're strictly talking about Black and White too. My bird. We will have to figure out who we're going to have on this team, though. And I say that because if we have Murkrow, it means we're going to have to drop somebody else. Because I feel like Stink and Thanos are both really good Pokemon to have.
Who's that Pokemon?
Oh my god, this is like the perfect killer for frickin' Alakazam right here. Poison and Dark. The Sage from Driftvale. Can't be obtained unless it's traded. Ah, okay. I haven't played those games in a while. But yeah, there are 2 runs that I'm contemplating, like... So I like also doing character runs. It's okay. There's no such thing as knowing too much. Ooh, smoke screen or scream? I like Slash. So there, you should join me in the Dragon Nation at some point. How do you mean? Okay. Everybody is good at health. Nice. All right, let's continue on. I am a bit concerned about the levels in this cave, but we'll see. I think there's Wobbuffet in here too. Concerning. My starter is an Axu, so I'm creating the Dragon Nation where everyone uses. So you just want all Dragon type trainers. Okay, so this guy is a little camper kind of guy. Right. Let's see what you got going on. Let's see what he's got going on. If we see Airy Fairy or Ice, we run. What else do you have? Tried to counter. Okay, give me a sec. That's 3. Okay, so we have Arena Trap or whatever, right? You're making a Dragon City. See, that's really cool. So you're like doing like, you're kind of like doing like what we're doing. You have this story of being like a dragon tamer. And that is like the society that you're building, right? So you guys are like Targaryens, is what I'm saying. So we can't trade out, which kind of sucks. Then a shock can't poison. I used the wrong button. Oh god, that did nothing. That's better. Okay, okay. Okay, crap, okay. Okay. This is where you gotta be careful, right? This is where you have to, like... He has to use something other than Destiny Bond. So Destiny Bond is set up right now. So if I kill him, I go down with him. So this is where you do, like, Screech. So now that he used counter, Destiny Bond is off the table. Right? That's how you do it. Yep, that's how you do it. You gotta hold out. You gotta hold out. If it was to do any type, if I was to do any type, it would do a psychic. I did a psychic run through Pokemon Sword. It was really fun, actually. Counter, Destiny Bond, Mirror Shot. Yeah, I have to remember because it's like once he sets up Destiny Bond, you want to use your status moves. Even if it can't do anything, you want to use your status move when he uses Destiny Bond. And then when he does a different move, then you can attack. Because Destiny Bond won't take you down. I had to think about this and know this because I went through freaking whatever game it was, and he was in there, right? And it was a Nuzlocke, and I'm like, it may have been Soul Silver. And I was like, oh my god. How do I get around this? And as long as you... I think I was using things... I think at that point, I may have been like Lear or something like that, and I kept just using it and using it. until it finally didn't use Destiny Bond. It was a battle. It was a long, drawn out battle. That is for certain. Okay, so what I think we're gonna do. What do you have again, Thanos? Astonish, Thief, Fake Out, and Detect. Let's go with you. Now, Detect lets me hit Pokemon I normally can't attack, right? Enables the user to evade all attacks. Oh, okay, never mind. I was thinking of something else. Let's see what this guy has. To tell you the truth, I'm thinking of never leaving this place. I thought Destiny Bond took you down as long as it hit you. So the thing is Destiny Bond works. So if Wobbuffet puts up Destiny Bond, if I kill Wobbuffet, I die too. And so, if you have something like the Rocky helmet on, right? And if Wobbuffet hits me, because it somehow, like with the I think the mirror move or whatever, hits me and my Rocky helmet takes it down under Destiny Bond, that can still kill it. But the way you can get around ever having to deal with that in a Nuzlocke, because that happens in Nuzlocks, it's like you have to kind of not go right in for the kill sometimes, but you have to do it after he uses a different move. I'm terrible at explaining it. I'm good at doing it. Well, not good. I'm okay at doing it. But it's... Oh, he must have a high level Pokemon. Oh, it's 26. Okay, and it is normal, so... So let's lead with our Fake Out. Which means we immediately get... I always love Sableye because Sableye looks like it's got something going on. What did I just do? Oh. That's not bad. So I can only use Fake Out at the beginning of the battle. So we're not using electric moves, so it's fine. I've always tried to figure out what the frick is up with Sableye. All that twitching, it reminds me of like how, you know, Zipper Mouth Bennett is like it's based on like the voodoo doll and everything. I feel like Bennett would move like that, like something that is under the control or whatever of something else. And it's so weird to me that Sableye moves like that. So that was a good battle, though. That was a good battle. We can't catch anything else in here, but that was a really good battle. Alright, let's go down. Oh, okay, so that is going to be like... Oh, so this is the problem because we're coming up against a fighting girl again. And typically my best bet against fighting girls right now is Umbridge. Oh, hi! Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the strongest of them all? We're about to find out. We're about to find out. So Espeon, Fennekin, and Mew. Here are all three of those, but add in Gardevoir. Psychic is one of my favorite. What are your 3 favorite psychics? Okay, so Mew. Possibly controversial, but Indeedee. I actually really like Indeedee because it's part normal type and it can't get hit by ghost typing. And then she's probably gonna have a sock as well. Give me a sec to check our move pools here. So Mew. Indeedee. It was super effective. And I do love Orbeetle. I do love Orbeetle. So I really love Orbeetle because when it Gigantamaxes, it turns into a UFO. I used Indeedee as the thing. So I thought Meowstic was pure Psychic. I didn't use him though. But in my Psychic playthrough in Sword, I did use, oh god, that did nothing. I did use Indeedee, and it was a pretty fantastic Pokemon. Give me a sec. I don't think this is gonna. Okay, so we did get the paralysis, which is good. Ah, dang it, I thought it would hold out for one hit. Shoot. I have a huge fighting problem. If I had Krokorok, we would just dig and get the hell out of Dodge, but don't. Faster, which is good. Oh, dang it. Oh my god! Come on, you're paralyzed and double accuracy down. We're gonna have to go with him. This might be my best bet. Because he can try and Vital Throw all he wants and it's not gonna work. At least we can get a double hit. I know that did nothing, but it did give us a flinch. Can we get a third flinch? Probably not.
Who's that Pokemon?
Welcome back, Yuke! So, Schneider, every time I've done it, that's not... Like, the way it's worked for me is as long as... If it uses Destiny Bond, I have to wait for it to use something else. And that's always worked. And that's been my personal experience with it. Like, if it uses Destiny Bond, but I use Leer, and it uses something else, then the Destiny Bond is overridden. That's my experience with it, which is what I did there, where it used Destiny Bond. I used something, whatever it was, Screech. And then it used counter, and then I finished it off. That's been my experience. Back but incredibly stressed. I went bowling with my friends today. I might have exploded in front of them. Oh! Well, I hope your day gets better. I'm sorry that it's not going so good. Do you need to, like, lay down or something? I will have to look more into Destiny Bond, though, because, like I said, that is my experience with it. So what else does he have? And that's strange, because when I fought Cynthia... Oh, so now he's going for frickin' bullets. Oh, that does not. There's the bulldoze, and we're down. Oh, seemed like Astonished didn't more. Paralyzed, which is good. He's dead. Oh, God. That's strange, because when I fought Cynthia in Battle Tree, she went for the setup immediately with Destiny Bond and then went on the offense. When she Destiny Bonded me, forced a switch. I don't know. All of my experience has been that as long as I outlast, as long as I don't attack on the Destiny Bond move, like it's only if they die in that, so you can attack them, but as long as they don't die in that move, it's fine. But my experience, I guess I would have to go, because that's the way I've done it is the exact way I've avoided dying to Wobbuffet in Nuzlocke. And I find that really interesting. So do we think base power 50 super effective against him is more powerful than a potential crit? This is tough. But I'm gonna hang out at my job coach's house tomorrow after work. Oh, that sounds awesome. What movie you planning on watching? And she forced you to switch. How did she force you to switch? Because usually he can't force a switch, right? I mean, I'd have to look at his move pool, but I thought those were the only moves that he can't force a switch. You think about it right now? Well, let me know what you plan on watching. I would have to switch if I didn't want to faint. Oh, okay, so mine ended up that guy ended up having, like, Arena Trap or whatever. That keeps you locked in. I also remember my friend used to play in Battle Arena and Platinum and would sword dance on Wobbuffet. And then he would get fainted by it if he used a Destiny Bond. That's so weird, because it literally used Destiny Bond. And then I used Screech. It used counter failed, and then I went for the kill. Probably a Gamera movie, because I seriously enjoyed the first one. Gamera is a kaiju. I was gonna say, it sounds very familiar. Oh. Let's try it. Nope. Oh, but we get the paralysis, which is nice. Okay, let's go for the super effective moves. Okay. Halucha. So he's probably setting up aerial ace. Probably setting up aerial ace. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna revive Cthulhu. And he's probably gonna wipe me with aerial ace. Yeah, so there's aerial ace. Okay, I knew that was happening. We're gonna bring in Cthulhu. So he probably already no. So probably setting up a fighting move then. Probably setting up the fighting move. No, went for the aerial ace again. Okay. Okay, I was not expecting aerial ace, to be quite honest. It got to go first. Damn it! Damn it. Okay. Fudge! Slow you down. Dang it! He's gonna have to redo this whole entire battle if I don't get to her. God dang, that's so hard. And it avoided the attack. Yep. We're done. It's gonna go, it's gonna kill us. Dang it. Alright, so she's next. Alright, oh god, please tell me I'm back in my previous. Yeah, we have a bad fighting. I would taunt him. Such a bad effect. Okay, I'm all the way back here. Okay, let's get... Shoot. Oh, I go that way. Oh, shoot. My bad. Okay, okay, so she's got... That's gonna be tough to think about. I'd hit Glaive turn. Effect. When Destiny Bond is used, until the user moves again. If the user faints as a direct result of the attacking Pokemon also faints. If the user takes another turn, including inactive turns, such as those spent sleeping, the effect disappears. Yeah, okay, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, that's how it's been working, so I'm confused now. But no, that's good, you know. I'm glad you confirmed it too, because I'm just like, I kind of need to know this so I don't F up a frickin' run. All right, that was pretty stank. That was pretty stank. What level are her Pokemon? Like there were like 23s and stuff, right? 25 and 26. I mean, it does not help that I've got all unevolved Pokemon here, basically. Who won't evolve for a while. Oh, that was ugly, though. That was really ugly. That was really ugly. Switching you to the top in case we let's use this Pokemon Center now in case we get knocked back. I guess what happened, because I had hit Gallade turn of. Yeah, I died a lot to Cynthia's Mega Gallade because only one Pokemon on my team was a viable answer. And that thing hit like a truck, yeah. It's those post-game battles that they've put in these games. I've never done them, honestly. I've never done them. I've been too much of a chicken to ever do them. Hey, Dedenne. I've been too much of a chicken to do them. And they are terrifying. They are quite terrifying. Oh, we missed this. Pika Gerbil. Another Pika clone. I used to dislike the Pika clones because it was kind of annoying, but now I'm like, I don't know, I kind of like them. I mean, like, could you imagine doing, like, just a Pika clone run? I've never done a Nuzlocke because I don't like seeing my Pokemon fate, and I'm always dex collecting. You know, there are so many ways to play Pokemon that, seriously, play whatever. There's no wrong way to play. Like, for me, I enjoy doing Nuzlocks and character playthroughs, Monotype playthroughs. I enjoy doing those. And there are people who, like, really love doing, like, Kaizo runs. Things like that. I mean, to me, there's no wrong... The only wrong way to play Pokemon is in any way that you don't enjoy playing it. If you're playing Pokemon and you're not having fun playing it, then you're playing wrong. But, like, Kaizos, I could never do Kaizos. I could never do the Sunkern or the Magikarp only runs because they would just drive me insane. They're not for me. And that is okay, you know? I would breed 6 eggs before I started any game. I actually don't mind breeding. I actually like breeding a perfect 6 IV and then training them up, in particular in Sword and Shield, or no, I'm sorry, Shield, Scarlet and Violet, because it is the fastest way to do it. And getting, like, a perfect Pokemon. I quite enjoy that. Okay, so she has Sock. She has Sock, and then she has Hawlucha.
Who's that Pokemon?
It does suck that every single one of our team members, outside of Deathstroke and Umbridge, are still basically first stage Pokemon. Thanos won't change unless he becomes Mega, but what to do? How do we beat her? How indeed. The Hyper Train, the favorites, yeah. And using the bottle caps, yeah. I never used bottle caps until Gen 9. If I've got, like, sometimes I'll get a Pokemon and maybe they're more of a physical attacker. I'll sometimes leave, like, the special attack alone of, like, I'm never going to use the special attack. I'll just leave it. I have done that before. I've gotten less obnoxious about it, personally. But there will be times when I'm like, you know, I still want that I just love to see that best, 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 best. 6 best. And it just feels good. It's one of the things that are kind of an accomplishment for me. All right, what level do you evolve at? Like 30 what? Is it like 32 or something? It's level 30, and I have to hold the thing upside down. I'm hoping I can just do this. Otherwise, I don't know how the French toast we're going to evolve that thing. I don't know. Let me see something really quick. I'm hoping that works. Ask everyone, who would you say is the most obnoxious Pokemon? Be it a pain in the ass to battle against, with, or look at. The most obnoxious Pokemon? I mean, I would say, like, to battle against, for me, it is going to be Wobbuffet. And that is because I've done Nuzlocke. And because I've done Nuzlocke, it's always like, oh God, how do I have everything, do I have it set up right? Is everything okay? I would probably say the most obnoxious to battle against for me, especially because of Nuzlocke, is Wobbuffet. To battle with? I'll have to think about that one. My accomplishment was all of the Pokemon migrated to Gen 7, where I kind of had a living dex. I just had last stages of everything. I didn't bother getting the charm after all of them. But I did get the event. Oh yeah. Schneider, sorry, ads. I'll say it again. So, to answer Bat Blood, because I just saw the ads had popped up, the most annoying to battle against was Wobbuffet, and that is strictly because, again, I've done Nuzlocke. And in Nuzlocke, battling against the Wobbuffet is a think fest. I have to sit there, and I have to think. What am I doing? Has he already done this? And whatnot. So that is that. To look at? There is a Pokemon, and I can't think of who it is. Because I probably blocked it out of my memories. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to try a little bit different. So there's that. Okay. Set up. I'm not saying that you have to have one for each category. Oh, I know. I'm just trying to think because there is one when I just see it. You know, it's Monotype. It's Monotype. It's Monotype because I remember I was doing a Nuzlocke, my first ever Nuzlocke, and I went into the electric gym, and I can't remember who I had out. But I didn't. Oh! I was in the electric gym, and I had a different Pokemon out, and Monotype came out. And I'm like, oh, Monotype, psychic fighting. It's one of those weird things, like how you know Koga's gym is. So I swapped in one of my flying, it must have been Tailo or something, and it Thunder Punched me and pissed me off. So every time I see that little diaper onion, I get annoyed. That's the Pokemon. That is the Pokemon. My difficult games were Gran Turismo 3 and Armored Core. Last David. Oh my god. Games, although I do not play those. Gran Turismo. Woo! You want to see somebody who cannot drive in a video game? Me, right here, can't drive in a video game. Ugh. So most attacks will hit the vital throw, ignores changes to accurate and evasion. It never misses, but why did it hit so hard when I had so much defensive stuff up? I'm so confused. What did I... I think I may need to go get Krokorok. I think we need to go get Jafar. I think I might need to go get Jafar. I'm not going to survive this nonsense. And there goes our Reflect. The only thing keeping me alive was that Reflect. Oh, damn. I was hoping for a crit. So we don't have much left. So what is he going to set up for, right? So he's either going to Vital Throw or he's going to Boulder. So we're going to bring out somebody who at the very least can. I don't freaking get to go first. Okay. Now we have to deal with the Halucha. Ugh. Let's try the water pulse first. Oh, you get to go first, you son of a biscuit. Forehead. So we can probably survive one more aerial ace. Oh, okay, that hit really hard. Nope, nope, we want it all. I want it all back. Oh god, that hit so hard. No, no, don't F up now. No! Why does he get to go first? No! Why did you get to go first? Why did you get to go first? Let me catch up on what I missed here. Snickers then bursts out laughing, the little diaper. Yes! I think the most obnoxious NPC, yes, I know I did that. That was fine. As the one near So Point City that says, I'll trade you a Haunter for your Medichamp. Now I had a really solid Medichamp that would have probably swept Candace's team, but I always wanted a Gengar, so I traded. Little did I know that Haunter was going to be. That is such a... That was like... That was wrong. Get a thunder. Bye, Deathstroke. So it's Karate Chop. It's fine. Tact. Aerial Ace. Come on. Flinch. Damn it, I need the flinch. Oh, I need that flinch. What am I gonna do? Oh, what am I gonna do? I should have had the Rocky helmet on him. Oh my god, I should have had the frickin' Rocky helmet on him. That's what I should have done. Oh my god. We're not gonna get to go. I should have had the Rocky helmet. I should have had the Rocky helmet. That's what it was. Ah! We're not gonna make it. Do I have anything that's priority? I think he's gonna knock us out in an arrow. Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Sir Stinky! Yes! Stinker! Oh! Oh! You held on my run! You beautiful skunk, you! You beast! You beautiful, beautiful beast! You held on to one hit point with a crit! With a crit! Oh my god, you beautiful, beautiful Pokemon, you! Oh my god, you're the absolute MVP of that fight! Oh god. Oh! I want to go curl up and cry somewhere. Get me out of here. I'm next going to challenge my own reflection to see who's stronger. That's fine. I don't care. Please tell me I have a freaking diggy thing. Oh, God. Give me a rope. Please tell me I have an escape rope. Yes, I do. Get me out of here. Oh, God. I can't believe it. Sir Stink. Oh, you legend. You absolute legend. It's a Seriously. At 34. Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god. You beautiful Pokemon, you. And his defense is only 47, and he took the crit. He took the crit at full health. Okay. I don't even know. First off, we'll maybe like get 5 of these just first. Oh my god. Oh, that's a 5. I can't believe that happened. I cannot believe that happened. I can't believe that happened. Holy bejesus, okay. In legend. Y'all, the legend of Sir Stank. The legend of Sir Stank is real. He's a legend. Don't forget him. Oh, God. Okay, we do want to switch you to the top. Just for, just in case we need to run. Oh man. That was exciting. That was exciting. That's what it's all about, man. That's where it's at. That is where it's at. That feeling right there is where it's at. Oh, Moonstone, we can't use this. We don't have anybody that evolves by a Moonstone. Oh, Stank. I'm sorry, I'm just like, my face is just gonna be permanently smart now. I didn't expect it. Okay, so I don't know what she is. She's not like an ace trainer or a Pokemon ranger. She's not a backpacker. I don't know what she's gonna have. Again. Okay, what I do need to do, hold on, I do need to do one other thing. First of all, I need to get, I believe, Shadow Claw back onto Deathstroke. Yeah, I need to get that back onto Deathstroke. We're gonna drop False Swipe. That's what I always wanted to drop anyway. Lady! Congrats on catching Berserker. One of my absolute favorite steel types. Hands down, named mine Nier. After my very Berserker cat. The dogs hate Twitch and my screen reader. They literally run around the house screaming something to the effect of, "There's the voices again in the house!" They hear it through my headset. I have to put it on very low volume if I don't want them to hear it. That's actually kind of funny. And then items. How are we set up item-wise? Rocky helmet. Okay. These are Stank. Like he can take a hit. What else do we have? Star piece. I gotta sell some of that. Okay, yeah, let's give this to you for now since you actually have a flying move. Hold on, who has my thing? Yo, Yeez! How's it going? Do you have it? You do have my amulet coin. Okay. You're rolling with it. How you doing? How's it been going? How is life? We have about an hour left together, guys. An hour left together. I have no idea what she has. Ace Trainer. I don't know all about that. I just love Pokemon. Oh, I'm out of tea. Oh, so she is an Ace Trainer. I thought they were red in this. All right, Cthulhu. Do your usual. I was gonna say, that shouldn't hit too hard. But now we know you're gonna try and pursue us. And that's if we leave. Battle. Oh, what else are we gonna have? Pursuit is a dark move. So if we do that first. We do fake out first, that gets us a guaranteed move. You can detect and see what you do, maybe, and then go thief. Or you just go straight into thief. Or Sir Stank. Could possibly Screech and Slash. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Do you think I've watched the new season episode of The Boys? Whoa, it's so good. Oh my god. Okay. Tell me. Oh my god. God dang. Hold on. We need to get in somebody who can take that. Tell me, like, every time you see I was gonna say Home Rider. Homelander, that dude ain't 2 seconds away from freaking popping off. Tell me you don't agree. That dude is about to just, at any moment, I swear he is. I swear Homelander is seconds away from just snapping. Sir Stank! Ooh, boy, okay. You are an electric type, and this is not a good matchup. You don't have a ground move on anybody. $40, $41, $37, $31, $40, $32, $37. Okay, so yeah. It's so good. It's so good. Like, I know right now he's gonna break. Oh. Like, every time, like, somebody says or dumps something, he's like... I feel like... Do you remember in one of the earlier episodes where... So if you guys don't know, like, Homelander has this, eye beam, much like Cyclops. In one of the earlier seasons... You see him in a crowd of people, and he just like eye blasts everybody and stuff like that. Here's what I'm hoping, and I think it would be so good. We've already had the scene where he imagined himself just eye beaming an entire crowd of people. I'm hoping he does it this time. and everybody thinks it's him imagining it again, but this time it's not. And Homelander just snaps. I think it would be so good. And oh my god, I love how they're doing it where like when he's looking in the mirror and you're getting like these flashbacks from when he was younger. You're now kind of seeing I guess we're going to kind of start seeing the stuff that they did to him and experimented on him to see what he was really capable of. And now you're getting like these flashbacks, and I love how they always do the mirror. And I love how the mirror's broken this time, and you get like each of the different, basically split personalities in a way, but not personalities, but his different inner monologues for different. You know what I'm talking about. You're watching the show. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. Yeah, I've seen that episode. He's gonna go ballistic and like, yeah, and that's what I'm hoping is that they maybe not necessarily do that exact same scene, but they do a scene in which it ends up feeling like, oh, they did that before and whatnot, but this time it really happens. Like, it's so good. It's so good. And by the way, like, if you guys have the chance and you are, and I can only recommend to adults, oh boy, because now he's fairy type. So we're probably getting killed here. So let's get something off. Help somebody else come in. Okay, so we're in for a headbutt. Interesting. Interesting choice. Wait, is Gramble pure? Oh, wait, is this guy like pure fairy now? I don't remember. Is he pure fairy? He's pure fairy. Okay. I wanted to make sure what I was doing before I try using a ghost move and it ends up being like part normal. I think okay. Yeah. Let's pop here. It's actually pure fairy in this, so we're good with that. That's what I mean. Like, I feel like they're set. I feel like it would be so good. But they have to do it right so that you see it and you think, oh, he's imagining it again, but this time he's not. So it's like, I don't think they can do the exact same thing, but God, it would be so good. So good. All right, so everybody gets Slash. I think we're going to pass on Slash and keep Shadow Claw and Thief right now. Thief for a stab move. And Shadow Claw because crit can land. Okay, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep the old move. Even Highlander's arrogance might think twice. Oh, God. It's so good. Freaking, that show is so good. I do hope that they do start wrapping up the show, though. And what I mean by that is, you know when a show has been on, and so like, if anybody who has seen, you know, The Boys, knows that this show, it's very, it's a very bloody, gory kind of show in a way. It's a very violent show. So if violence is not your thing, I don't recommend it for you. But, if your Pokemon are in good health, press on. Oh, yes! Oh, nice! I had to use stuff, but that's okay. I recommend watching it. I mean, like, legit. If people being literally torn apart bothers you, just There are certain instances where certain people should not watch it if it's not your thing, but man, it's so good. I left my darling fiance behind and came over here all by myself, dear. Can you imagine Carrie in room door slamming shut? I mean, she would fit, and Homelander would fall in love with her probably. 26. Okay. I'm curious. Reflect? Oh, 31! We do get light screen! Whoa! Yes! That's what I like. That's what I like! So we're gonna end up with both light screen and reflect, which is gonna be really good. Really good. Really helpful on Cthulhu. And very appropriate. Like Cthulhu is psychic typing, and the old ones like induce madness, and it just feels very on brand with Cthulhu. So very happy with this name, and the fact that we're gonna get light screen at 31, and we're gonna have reflect. It's gonna work out really very well for Cthulhu. I do have to see, when do we end up learning? So we can get Psychic as a TM. And what level do you... Okay, so it is level 30. And good old Malamar here. Does not learn Psychic either. Okay. Oh, you're strong. Perhaps even stronger than my fiancé. And like, bam. There's hope. You know, I don't know how they are gonna... Oh, shoot. I don't know how they're gonna get rid of him, though. Because, like, I need to pee so bad. I'm probably gonna go to the bathroom after this. We're gonna run here real quick. Okay, let's save real quick. I'm gonna use the restroom. I have to pee very badly. Here is our Gen 1 Hall of Fame winners right now. When we get into Pokemon Red and we get some Hall of Famers, they'll go up here too. So here's our Gen 1ers for now. be back. Okay. Oh, tierno. Hey, Cuckoo-chan! If you use the move Flash, not as many wild Pokemon will turn up. I guess that's fine, but it's fine. I kind of depend on Flash. I'm still not good at battling, so I keep running into trouble. I sure wish I could be as good as you. I mean, so practice, my dude. I'm not using Flash because I don't want it. Ooh. Alright, so where am I? What is supposed to go up or down? Ugh, there's another. Oh, God. Okay, here's a psychic. We can deal with a psychic. Do you have any favorite superheroes from The Boys? Oh, man, who would be my favorite? Is it Midiko? I never say her. I hear her name, but I never say it right. It's like Midiko or Mimiko or something like that. The girl who is selectively mute and basically just doesn't die. I really like her. A lot of it has to do with how, like, not that everybody else's story isn't really, like, sad, but I really like hers. She's very Wolverine-like, I get. But I like her story a lot. It's a very sad story. Who else? The funniest is I don't even know what his name is. Since ancient times, mirrors have always possessed a kind of mystical power. I will take advantage of that power and use it to defeat you. The funniest is, one with the very long member. Alice! Welcome on in! How are you doing? Straight for the foul play. Freaking Uproar, man. I feel like it hits so much harder than it should. Now Thanos should avoid Uproar because Uproar is a normal move. Ha ha ha! That's right. Calm yourself down. Not for much. Yeah, I have three. A-Train, Black Noir, and Butcher. Oh, I mean, well, yeah, I love Butcher. I guess I didn't necessarily consider him a superhero, but he is one of the heroes, even though he doesn't technically have. Yeah, I think everybody loves Butcher. He is definitely a driving force of that show. Oh, nice. Are you happy with how it turned out? Oh, so close. Nice! Very nice! No, you cool. I don't watch The Boys. No, it's fine. Elijah. Like, it's totally fine. It's not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody. It's sort of like, it's kind of like how I like Invincible, which again leans more towards that Um, like, where I feel like The Boys is really how superheroes would probably be handled and exploited. I also really like Invincible because they're not. I guess it's because it's not so clean cut. Like when you've seen so much Marvel, it's so clean cut, you know? It took how many movies before frickin' what's his name drops the F-bomb of all characters, which makes the most sense. But because you get so used to a lot of the Marvel stuff, it's really nice to have something a bit different that isn't so clean cut. But it's definitely not for everybody. And that's totally okay. I mean, there's not going to be, like, there are going to be some people who just can't stomach that much violence, that much, basically just blood and everything. There's not going to be, like, it's not for everybody. Does anyone have any? Okay, so my favorite X-Man is Storm. I have loved Storm since I first, like the first time I had heard of and seen X-Men was way back when the cartoon was airing. What they call X-Men 97 on Disney is what I had literally watched back in the 90s. And that was my first exposure to the character Storm.
Who's that Pokemon?
She is one of those characters who exemplify, like, she never says a lot. But when she does, you listen. And she's so graceful, but she's so powerful. I've always just loved Storm so much. They completely butchered her, in my opinion, in the movies. I don't like Halle Berry as Storm. I don't like Halle Berry as Storm, period. I think she butchered the character. So Storm. Definitely Storm. If we're talking about the wider Marvel universe, two characters come to mind. One is Rocket Raccoon. Again, you get like this very cocky, specific kind of character, and then you hear their story. Freaking Rocket Raccoon's story is so incredibly sad. Love Rocket. Love Rocket Raccoon. And then, now mind you, X-Men are the only comic books of Marvel I read. So this is why outside of that, I am looking at the movies to give this opinion. So I would definitely say Rocket Raccoon. And then I tend to think Loki. Again, because I often feel that Loki has, again, a very sad kind of story where everybody in Asgard, as it's portrayed at least, is all about the physical attributes of characters and not like the more mental attributes, where Loki is magic and Thor is physical. I tend to think, yeah, it's also going to be Loki. I would say, overall, my absolute favorite Marvel character is Storm. But two others I would pick are Loki and Rocket. So, yeah, that would be my pick, my go-to. Not my go-tos, but I would say those are my characters that I would choose. You just love Gambit. What can I say outside? I say Silver Surfer. I never read or really saw anything with Silver Surfer, so I actually don't know anything about him, except most of what and I don't even remember anything except that maybe he was working with or for Galactus, and that was from watching Fantastic Four. I never actually read comics outside of manga. A few years ago, I read Batman. Hush. I never read Batman, but Catwoman's always been my favorite. And I know it's so kind of cliche, but not necessarily the Joker as a character whole, but kind of more or less with the madness that Joker represents. Madness that sort of exists in everybody. And I love the Batman animated series because it was so much more than like a kid's show. And like I was watching something recently, like stuff that I'd completely forgotten about the animated series because I haven't seen it in so long, was just how brutal the Joker was. Like, people are always like, oh my god, I want a relationship like Harley Quinn and the Joker. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. That relationship is so horrifyingly bad. You don't want that. It's so bad. Anybody who says that has no idea what they're talking about whatsoever. When I think of Marvel's Asgard, I think of the House of Gryffindors and a handful of Ravenclaws, and Loki is like a single Slytherin. That'd be kind of a funny playthrough. Playing an entire playthrough of basing the Pokemon on, like, what house they belong in, and then you can only get those. That would be really hard to really determine that, but it'd be cool. Favorite Pokemon? Yeah, my favorite is Lapras. Lapras is my favorite, and then you have, like, I don't want to say secondary, but in that other tier are Mew, and then you have Araquanid, Vikavolt, Lumineon! Oh my god, I've got to know why. Lumineon is not a name you hear as a favorite. That is definitely not a name you hear as a favorite. Why Lumineon? Oh god, Mr. Mime is in here? I did not know that. This must be one of the rarest. God. We're just gonna go get... I want to go up really quick, because I feel like I'm in the process of leaving. And, that girl, like, we went down. Now I want to go up, so that, you know. I want to see what's up before we leave. I feel like I might miss something. Like this, first of all. I didn't even pay attention to this. Solosis! I just want to give everybody a quick reminder, there will be no stream tomorrow. My husband's birthday is the 9th of this month, but because he's off of work this week for the 4th of July, we are going to celebrate his birthday tomorrow. It looks cute, and it has the face. Oh, catching it and hugging it is just, you know, I can see, like, if they ever made, like, a Luminion plush, instead of making it, like, with the stuffing that you usually put inside of a plush, have you ever had, like, a, not beads, but so, like, you have this softer outside fabric, but inside it's almost like this gel kind of innard, and when you squeeze it, it kind of can squish in, but then it comes back out. But like I said, it's not plush, and I have no idea if anybody knows what I'm talking about. But I feel like Luminion would be fantastic as that. And then I would love a Pokemon like Snorlax. Again, not a standard stuffing, but you can get these beads that when you put something in the microwave, basically it warms up and the beads inside get warm, so when you hug it, it's so warm. I mean, everyone paints Loki as the master manipulator who hates Odin, when honestly, they've given him a damn good reason to hate him. Right? Repeatedly curses, kills Loki's children. Odin is a childish, bored, spoiled brat who does not appreciate what he has. Yeah, it's... When I read more about the lore behind Loki, it definitely makes Loki to be an incredibly sad character. And that's why I would say Loki. I think I'm just like a sucker for sad characters. I'd say my second favorite is Poplio. Line is my all-time favorite starter line. My favorite starter line is probably Mudkip. Because I love Swampert, who should actually be Marshtomp. I remembered, guys. I remembered. Alright, do we take this guy on? I am curious as to what he has. I am gonna look. So he has a sock at 28. Oh my god. I don't think we have it in us. I think we're gonna skip this guy. Welcome back, Alice. Welcome back. Let's bypass this guy for now. I don't. He's terrifying. He's absolutely terrifying. Most memorable battle. All Elite Four battles in BDSP because of the difference. Yeah. I remember when I did that one. I don't remember the rest of them. Cynthia was very easy. But the very first one got me. Because of how I had my Pokemon set up. And if I had just done one thing different, it would have been a fine run. I think she is probably one of the prettiest of Pokemon, hands down. There must have been an item there before. So we're gonna have to deal with a double battle. Let's bring Thanos. What do you think, honey? Should we share some of our happiness with this young trainer? Oh! That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. That's pretty cool. That's for Queen of Combi. Very cool. We should work on the Vespa Queen first. It is the worst of the two. So we should get to go... No! Okay. That's that dark type right there. That's unfortunate. No, the psychic type. My worry is that he is fighting, so go see what happens. I will say, and I get that people. I get that people, and I get the joke of Dudunsparce. I will say that Dudunsparce was my least favorite evolution. I know, I get it, I get what it's supposed to be. I get it. But I found it to be very disappointing. Yeah, you guys are aiming for me, ain't ya? I'm hoping for the paralysis. For the flinch, I mean. I think we can handle one more bust. Go over here. I don't think I have a least favorite starter. Just doesn't clock for you. It's... I don't hate him. I don't hate any of the... I don't hate any Pokemon. My beef tends to fall in when they are very overdone. And a good example of that is like Charizard. I don't hate Charizard, but I don't typically like to use him because think about it. Of the 3 starters from Kanto, he's the most focused on. And I get it. I get it. He's a popular Pokemon. Everybody loves him. I get it. But at some point, it's kind of annoying. Right? It's kind of annoying. It's just so... It's so much It's like Charizard... Why did Charizard get 2 Megastones? Why? Why does Charizard get 2 Megastones? That's not fair. It makes no sense. Yeah. It's just so overdone. It's overkill for me on a lot of them. And so when you have Pokemon, and like I said, I like Greninja. I think Greninja is a cool looking Pokemon. I have nothing against Greninja. But again, it's, oh my god, Greninja, Greninja, Greninja. It's just, it's one of the things where, so like, I'm doing my Pokemon, I've restarted my Pokemon Gotta Lock 'em All challenge, right? Where I have to play through every single Pokemon game and Nuzlocke them. And whoever gets to the Hall of Fame gets retired. So what I like about it is it forces you to retire. So we've retired Blastoise, right? And so that means I can't ever use Blastoise again. I can't use Mega Blastoise. I can't Gigantamax or whatever Blastoise. I can't do any of that. And so it makes you try other Pokemon. Like, we ended up beating... So in Pokemon Blue that we had just done, I ended up taking out Lance's Aerodactyl and Dragonite by bad boost glitching with Wigglytuff and taking it out with Body Slam. Wigglytuff. There you go. So, I don't like all the favoritism Gen 1 gets in general. I get it. Yeah, I agree. I get it, but I do wish other generations would get more airtime, if you will. Because you are right. Generation 1 it's a guaranteed seller. It's the game that started it all. It has the most iconic Pokemon overall. It's a winner. It's a winner. Like, if somebody's looking for a winner, go with Generation 1. You're not gonna lose out on it. But with that comes the fact of Generation 1 being so prominent. But I, like you, I like so many other Pokemon from different generations. I can't, like Audino. I love Audino. Oh my god, this is not a psychic. You were not a psychic. This is not a psychic. That is not a psychic. You're not a psychic. Okay. So I can't use the same move twice. Okay. Double team, son of a biscuit. All right, I know what we might have to do for you. They also gave yeah, they gave Charizard to Gigantamax, yeah. Okay, give me a sec. Did I mess up? Oh, taunt is for attacking moves. I'm an idiot. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I really would love to get a move that actually poisons here. I've not used Wigglytuff yet as a fairy type. I've only currently used it as the pure normal type in that run. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Shawnee. Charizard was also the first. Pterodon! There have been a few Pokemon that I have fallen in love with that are not necessarily. And that's the thing, there's a Pokemon for everybody. But I definitely am never a fan of a Pokemon getting so much hype that it overshadows everything else. Like, I can look through an entire list, like Butterfree. I actually really love Butterfree. To me, Butterfree is such a fantastic early game Pokemon. It's such a good early game Pokemon. It lasts, and it can last so long. It can last so surprisingly long in a game that I wish, I'm not even paying attention. I have no idea what's going on here. Like, I love the fact that Butterfree got a G-Max. It looks so good. It reminds me of Mothra from Godzilla. But there's so many good Pokemon that, too many get overshadowed by Charizard, basically. Oh, right. Not super effective, but that didn't do crap. Type null. What was type null? Silvally? Silvally, was that it? I think it was Silvally. Yeah. So you're a pure bug type. That air cutter didn't do near as much as I hoped. That didn't do as much as I hoped. I should have swapped out earlier. Oh god, Brick Break it crit this time. Jesus Christ. Hey, stop critting, please. Okay. Might be able to deal with that. Let's go Water Pulse since it'll at least be stab. Harden! Okay, that's fine because Water Pulse is special. That's fine. Ah, so close. We're gonna get knocked out. Yep. I don't know what else he has. So let's see what he has. Actually, we're gonna go for fake out first. Done! Nice. I was gonna fake out and then detect to see what we had. But it's okay, we got it. Ah, Vital Throw. Okay. I like that. So what do we have? We have Rock Smash. Yeah, let's forget Rock Smash. We're gonna go with Vital Throw. This never misses. Like that. So, Emil, you were definitely not a psychic trainer like I thought you were. Here's a tip for you. Go down the hill up ahead, and you'll return to Route 11. Okay. This should take us back to the gal who can heal us. Yeah. Okay, so that was that. Okay. So I have a question. How has doing monotypes helped you with Pokemon in general? It makes me think. So okay, so I have an issue with fairy types and fighting types in this game, right? So we had a battle against 2 Lucario that you can't bypass. You have to do it. And, like, I haven't taken on this guy yet. I'm terrified of taking him on right now. I'm going to take him on last after I've gotten through here. We're going to come back and we're going to take him on last. But basically, so what ended up happening was we came across Karina with 2 Lucario. They're both fast. You know, it's Lucario. And the first time we went against her, it wiped the floor with me. We got through the first one, the second one killed me. So then I had to look at my team and I'm like, okay, what do we have and what can I do? And I ended up looking at the team and being like, okay, I think what we can do is whose shadow stands on the walls? 'Tis that of a Haika. So what I ended up coming up with by looking at the team and looking at the move pools and stuff like that was, one, I got Sandile up to level 31 to evolve him to Krokorok, at which point he also learns Dig. So what I did was, now that the problem is he would not have he would have not outsped. This is a terrible matchup. What the hell? I'm just gonna have to switch into you. He would not have outsped Lucario, right? So what I did was, they were level 25s, all of my other Pokemon were level 25. What does Embargo do again? Hold on. Can't use items. Okay. What we ended up doing was starting with Inkay and putting up a Reflect. Swapped out of Inkay, brought in Krokorok. Krokorok, before using a move, I had Krokorok. I used an X speed. Basically, X speed guaranteed that we would outspeed Lucario. And from there, I used Dig. So it forced me to plan what to do, because I'm like, how am I going to get around this? I have an issue with with fighting type Pokemon. So it made me rethink what I can do. Um, I'm using Detect. I never use Detect. Why am I using Detect? To wheedle out what move it has. I use Fake Out because Fake Out guarantees that I get a hit in and it flinches the other Pokemon, and then I can use Detect to kind of just see what they're going to use. So it does force me to think about stuff like that. I don't think we're going to use Fling, right? No, we're not doing that. No. I did a Psychic playthrough, and we had Indeedee. And Indeedee was fantastic to go against Ghost types against. Because she's normal. She's normal Psychic. So no Ghost type move could hit her. And she proved to be very tanky. Surprisingly tanky. So it forces me to kind of think in ways that I don't normally do, because when I play a Pokemon Nuzlocke, my typical thinking pattern is, and when I play Pokemon in general, you know, when you're playing through the game, the first thing you're thinking of is type advantage. Like, that's where your brain goes to first. That's where it's supposed to go to first. That's its normal thing, is type advantage. You're just playing through. It's casual, things like that. That's why I'm doing these casual. I'm not doing these as Nuzlocks. I'm driving bananas. There may be more than one example of the reveal glass first found in Unova. That's what the latest research seems to suggest. It's real briefing. Oh, sorry. Don't you know? A reveal glass is a mirror that has the ability to transform Landorus, Thundurus, and Tornadus back into their own. Do you have one? Alright, let's head back down then. When they made cuts to the decks, they cut the least out of Gen 1. Absolutely, that makes, yeah, they're 100% going to. If I was like, we can only take some, no generation without significant cuts. The way I see it, nobody wants to lose their favorites to keep the necessary stuff, the unnecessary stuff in the franchise. If I was holding the Scizors, only the worst would get the cut. Where I realize nobody wants to lose their favorite Pokemon, I sooner lose one of my favorite than cut beloved favorites from the community. Gen 1 Invulnerability denied. Stupid gimmicks would be the first to go. Looking at you, Vanillish. I think I'm going to be interested in using Vanillish. I used to actually really dislike gimmick Pokemon, like Vanillish and Klefki and stuff. And actually, what kind of changed my mind about them was what they kind of are, in a sense. And what I mean is, they, to me, represent a type of evolution where, think about a stick bug or a leaf bug. They are insects that take on the look, they evolved to take on the look of something else, right? To blend in with their surroundings. And I end up seeing Pokemon like that. Like Voltorb. Voltorb is Pokemon's version of the Mimic. As is Fungus and Amoonguss. They are Pokemon's version of the classic Mimic. It looks like a chest. Oh my god, let me open it. Oh, not a chest, it's a Pokemon. Or not a chest, it's a monster that wants to try and kill me. Indeedee is total boss. Not every generation needs a rat. Looking at you, Rattata and Buck, I'm sorry. I'm just not looking to keep you. So they kind of like, I don't have an issue with any Pokemon in general, like its design choice. I've even come to terms with the Pika clones. Things like Klefki and Chandelure, all of them make me think of animals that evolved to take up the look of their surroundings. So, for example, like Chandelure, like I tend to think Chandelure must have looked like something else. Humans named it a Chandelure. So whatever it looked like prior, it evolved to look like this because maybe humans were starting to take up its um its land, its habitat, and it basically ended up evolving to look more like a chandelier. So now it kind of hides in plain sight, if you will. Klefki, whatever it looked like before, it was not a set of keys. It was something else entirely. And maybe it evolved to look like a set of keys because whatever it looked like before. Why are these here? Is there supposed to be like a legendary here that we meet later on? I feel like that must be what that means. That's what kind of like they end up being for me. So I end up just kind of like they kind of grew on me. Oh my gosh, it's 4 o'clock. All right, I need to kind of shut down here. They kind of grew on me. So